continue the fight. Breaking the distance a little, Tyson thrust another left side to the jaw. The blow was the last for Tyrell Biggs. Mike Tyson versus Larry Holmes. In the middle of the fourth round, Mike throws a powerful combination to the head. Knockdown. Larry gets up to the count of 10 and continues the fight. Mike Tyson lashes out at him with the traditional fury. Larry Holmes is unable to contend with this and falls again. Holmes rises at the count of 4 and again intends to continue the fight. Mike Tyson pushes Holmes back to the ropes and starts the beating again. Mike Tyson versus Tony Tubbs.
His 6th heavyweight championship fight.
The second round. Mike once again reaches a comfortable distance for an attack and applies his famous combination, a right hook to the body and a right uppercut to the head. Tony Tubbs almost falls down. After the referee broke the clinch, Tony was still not completely recovered and very hesitantly walked along the ropes. Mike Tyson did not miss this chance. After waiting for the opponent to come within striking distance, he throws a powerful left hook exactly to the temple.
Fight is over with stunning swiftness. And the fans are enjoying.
Mike Tyson versus Michael Spinks. This fight attracted a huge public interest and was named once and for all by the promoters. The winner left the ring as the absolute and unconditional champion. Such an event had not happened since 1971, when two undefeated champions, Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali, had met in the ring.
Inside and Spinks went down. And he's down again and in serious trouble. A right hand right on the chin.
Mike Tyson versus Frank Bruno.
Shake hands, good luck.
The sixth round. After a pause, Mike throws two blows to the head on the right and left. Then a second later, he punches his famous combination of a right hook to the body and a right uppercut to the head. Frank Bruno is absolutely lost and practically does not react to the blows. Another right uppercut and then a left hook, and the referee decides to stop the fight.
It's all over. Michael Tyson wins on a 5th round TKO.
Mike Tyson versus Carl Williams. This fight only lasted 93 seconds, and it also became Tyson's second fastest title fight. In the middle of the first round, Williams tries to hit Tyson with a left jab. Tyson parried and hit Williams with a left hook, which threw Williams back to the rope. Although Williams was able to get to his feet and seemed ready to continue the fight, it was stopped by the referee.
Unofficially, I've got this fight being 1 second longer than Tyson Spinks.
Mike Tyson versus Henry Tillman.
The over-under is 2.5.
Just 25 seconds before the end of the first round, Tyson drove Tillman into a corner. Tillman tried to fight back, but Tyson responded with a strong right hook, and Tillman fell onto the canvas. A clear knockout.
That'll be enough.
Surprise!
Mike Tyson versus Alex Stewart.
Protect yourself at all times.
Thank you, baby.
Focus, punch, glove. Come on, come on.
That's my baby.
The question, as in all Tyson,
As soon as the fight started, Tyson went on the attack and made an excellent combination, after which Stewart fell to the canvas.
That was a flush right hand. Taking a good look at Cappuccino. He's going to let him go. 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Stewart goes down again. It's over. And Stewart has quick throwing fun.
After another clinch, Tyson misses with a long right swing, but immediately adds a short and precise left hook to the head. The opponent falls under the ropes.
And forgetting that the 3 knockdown rule is in effect, this fight is over.
Well, Stewart said that Tyson was a mountain he had to climb. He just got knocked off that mountain. He just didn't have the style, Jim, unlike Douglas, to test it.
Mike Tyson versus Donovan Ruddock. The fight was tough. Both men tried to throw punches throughout the fight.
Ready for it. He threw his bomb. All right. My associate's minister touched that does and seemed to care. A hard body punch by Tyson. Down goes Ruddock. He says he slipped. Just doesn't quite get this. There's a left by Ruddock. A left by Tyson, and down goes Ruddock. Little uppercut and then the right hand. Oh, nice hook. Here comes Razor Ruddock out of nowhere. A combination by Ruddock. An uppercut by Ruddock. A right by Ruddock. Tyson comes back. And inflicted some hard punishment again. A left uppercut by Razor Ruddock. That stunned Tyson. Now Tyson looks no. Hit me again. And he did with the right. At the bell sound.
The 7th round. The fight was coming to an end. Tyson was able to hit Ruddock with a combination of 6 blows. Although Ruddock remained on his feet and looked healthy enough to continue the fight, the referee stopped the match, awarding Tyson a TKO victory.
What you're looking at here, these were your series of punches that got him in trouble. He's in trouble.
I was trying to catch him right there, though. He was hurt pretty bad. I would love to finish.
Mike Tyson versus Peter McNeely.
The instructions addressed: protect yourself at all times. I expect a tough, clean fight. Any questions from McNeely's corner? Any questions from Mr. Tyson's corner? Let's get it on.
At the beginning of the first round, Tyson sent his opponent to the canvas with a right hook to the head. McNeely jumped up and suddenly ran around the ring. The referee grabbed his arm and began to count the knockdown. The fight continued.
Seconds into the fight, McNeely on the canvas.
In the middle of the round, Tyson made a successful attack and sent McNeely to the canvas with a right uppercut.
McNeely's hurt this time, Steve. He's very hurt. He can barely stand up. His leg's got about 30 seconds left. They want Tyson to go to the neutral corner. What's going on? The round's still going on. Correct. That was not correct. That was not correct. He quit. That's it. He quit. McNeely has quit. He didn't quit.
Mike Tyson versus Buster Mathis Jr.
Protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves.
Just 40 seconds before the end of the 3rd round, Tyson was able to inflict successive right uppercuts that threw Mathis to the canvas. Mathis couldn't rise by the count of 10. It was a knockout.
A devastating right uppercut. 2 of them by Mike Tyson. And he is knocked down Buster Mathis Jr.
Mike Tyson versus Frank Bruno.
Let's get it on.
Less than a minute after the start of the 3rd round, Tyson dodged Bruno's jab and made a combination of 13 blows, as a result of which the referee stopped the fight.
Laying it on, pouring it on. Down goes Bruno into the ropes.
Mike Tyson versus Bruce Seldon. In the middle of the first round, Seldon was knocked down with a left hook thrown by Tyson, which was immediately followed by a right cross that further hurt Seldon. Seldon got up at the count of 8 and resumed the fight, but was almost immediately knocked out by another left hook.
Nice long rest there, but he has felt. Back comes Sheldon. And Tyson with a left hook, and Sheldon is down on his stomach.
Steve, there are two unalterable truths in boxing. If you have a great chin, you don't have a great chin, you can't get one. You can't buy one or learn one.
Oh, forget it. He's wobbly.
You can always win.
Mike Tyson versus Francois Botha.
Comes out bobbing and weaving something to Tyson.
Botha was a pretty powerful boxer. After 4 rounds, many spectators were surprised. Botha fought Tyson on an equal footing, and some believe that he even had an advantage. However, at the end of the 5th round, Tyson sent his opponent to the canvas with a right cross to the chin. Botha got up to the count of 10, but immediately fell onto the ropes. The referee announced a knockout.
Neutralizes everything that was happening to him. That's what happens when you got a great puncher. That's all it takes.
Mike Tyson versus Julius Francis.
That's a lot more than most people thought.
That left hook to the body hurt, Steve.
He could be in trouble right here. He's stunned and down he goes.
Vintage, Mike, which missed.
Looking to end it here at the end of the round. They can try again. He staggers Francis. Tough body shot. Francis is down.
Right hand there, too.
He gets up at 8. 16 seconds into round 2. He's been down 3 times. How much more punishment? There's a left uppercut. A twisting left.
The fight lasted 2 rounds, in which Francis managed to be knocked down 5 times.
Waves off. It's all over round 2.
Again, that right uppercut on the inside. He's a big man like that with the leverage Mike has. Vicious, vicious punch.
Mike Tyson versus Lou Severisi.
Good luck to you, buddy. Some respect.
This fight ended in a huge scandal. 19 seconds into the fight, Tyson knocked Severisi down with a brilliant left hook. When the enemy got up, intending to continue the fight, Tyson rushed to finish him off.
A barrage by Tyson. The referee, John Coyle, steps between, and he continues. Coyle's trying to stop it. Tyson's hands as if to say the fight. Yes, it's over. It's over.
He stopped it, Steve. You know what? He stopped it, but he didn't do it definitively.
Mike Tyson versus Brian Nielsen.
Mike Tyson looking. Oh, quick combination of the head. And down goes Nielsen.
He got caught with a clean uppercut and a hook in the right hand and another hook. And
By the end of the 6th round, Nielsen's left eye was completely closed. When the 7th round started, Brian refused to continue the fight, and the referee awarded Tyson the victory with a TKO.
Brian Nielsen.
Mike Tyson versus Clifford Etienne.
Touch him up, gentlemen. God bless. Good luck.
At the beginning of the 1st round, Tyson missed with his left hook, but immediately threw out a right hook, and as a result, Etienne was on the canvas. The referee stops the fight.
Opening minute of the fight.
Give me first your reaction to the fight.
The fight, I was confident. I trained real hard with my trainer, Kevin Rooney, who I owe a great deal to. And I came out and I was confident. I knew the fight. I felt it deep in my heart. I was going to stop him in the 1st round.
Did you know from watching tapes of him that you could hit him with the uppercut?
No, that's my favorite punch. And I watched the time, and I knew from my trainer telling me, as he throws his punches, he bends down. And I knew that would be perfect for my uppercut. I planned on working the body more, but I saw the opportunity, and it looked too good to go away.
In your mind, if your managers Jim Jacobs and Bill Caton and your trainer Kevin Rooney came to you and said, Mike, we think you're ready for a title shot tomorrow, Would you agree with them at this point?
Most definitely. Anytime if my manager and my trainers feel that I'm confident and they're willing to put me in a title and they're sure I could beat the champion, I'm sure I could beat them also.
Of the 3 champions, who would you like to fight and why?
I'd fight anybody my trainer put me in with because I'm confident I could beat any fighter in the world.
What do you think of the 3 champions?
They're all good fighters because you have to be a good fighter. You can't take nothing away from them to become the champion. But I'm confident, I'm ready. I'm ready when my trainer tells me.
This is the world of boxing. Thank you for watching. Please press the like button and comment below, as well as subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any new episodes about legends of the past.
मेरा खाती है रोज सुकून ढूंढा नहीं मिला खो दिए हो
champion of all time, and if he remains dedicated, interested, and without any distractions, I believe that eventually he will go down in history as the greatest heavyweight champion we've ever had.
Returning to the past, we will see a man who has become a great icon of boxing.
First of all, I'd like to just thank Cus for putting in all the hard work, and I'd like to say hello to all my family back home. I knew from the beginning, but everybody else knew, that it was no comp. It was no comp. Let's like the rest of it. A lot of people came to look. Jesse Ferguson came to look. The Fraziers came to look.
James Broad was out there.
All of you come get some. 'Cause Mike Tyson's out here. He's waiting for you. All come get some.
He was called the baddest man on the planet for his incredible punching power and aggressive fighting style. His speed, strength, and vicious aggression earned him the title of the youngest world heavyweight champion in 1986. He is Iron Mike Tyson. Today, we will show you all of the most brutal and aggressive knockouts of the legendary Iron Mike. Mike Tyson made his professional debut on March 6, 1985, against Puerto Rican Hector Mercedes. From the very beginning of the fight, the 18-year-old Tyson pounced on his opponent without giving him a single chance.
Swinging hooks to the body from Tyson, and if that is it in round 1, that is a pretty impressive professional debut from the man who so nearly went to the Olympics in Los Angeles last year.
Mike Tyson versus Trent Singleton. In the first round, Mike had a magnificent streak of 4 punches, the last of which landed right on Singleton's jaw, knocked down. Trent got to his feet and continued the fight. However, he could not resist for long.
He gets a mandatory 8 under New York State Athletic Commission rules, and already, from what little we've seen, Mike Tyson in his pro career, down goes Singleton again, a left hook this time, and body, and he's just a perpetual motion machine so far. This isn't going to go too long. Trent Singleton in all sorts of trouble. We're already in round 1. The Mike Tyson, the young fledgling professional, 2 fights, 2 wins, the debut on the 6th.
Mike Tyson versus Don Halpin. In the first minute of the 4th round, Halpin misses several incoming punches. Bouncing off the ropes, Don falls to his knees. He gets up and continues the fight, which did not last long.
Can Tyson finish this? I think so. I think so. That's enough. Now that last questionable. Tyson celebrates.
Mike Tyson versus Ricardo Spain.
Shake hands, come out boxing. Good luck, gentlemen.
Mike Tyson, 3 fights.
After a series of 12 unanswered blows from Tyson, Spain tried to find salvation in a clinch. Immediately after, Mike sends him to the canvas with a left hook.
It's like a steam hammer.
Ricardo gets up by the count of 8 and immediately is sent back to the floor with another powerful left hook. The referee was forced to stop the fight.
I don't believe it. That's well inside a minute. Spain can't believe it. Tyson absolutely destroyed him there.
Mike Tyson versus Michael Johnson.
Hold on to your hats. Nobody thinks it's going to go that far. Oh, there he goes. He's just going to pull it.
From the very first seconds, Mike begins to attack his opponent, pressing him to the ropes. A left hook to the body sends him into a knockdown.
I'm glad you pointed it out because down he goes. The left hook just buried him, dug him in the ribs.
Johnson gets up and wants to continue the fight, but a right cross knocks him out.
I hope he's not hurt because that was a brutal, wide-open punch. He did not have his guard up, and
Mike Tyson versus Robert Collet. From the very beginning of the fight, Collet tried to keep Tyson at a distance with a long jab. But taking advantage of his overwhelming speed, Mike leaves his opponent no chance. Mike Tyson versus Sterling Benjamin. In the first round, Mike pushes his opponent to the ropes, then throws a left hook. Knockdown. After the referee counted the knockdown, Mike Tyson again pounced on the opponent and launched 12 unanswered punches on him. Literally, a second before the referee was about to intervene and stop the beating, Tyson carries out a powerful blow to the liver, and Benjamin is again on the canvas. Mike Tyson versus Eddie Richardson.
first round, Mickey Herskowitz. Well, you're looking at a very interesting age and height and reach. Castiavato, of course, right hand, right. First punch he threw.
From the very beginning of the fight, it became clear that it would not last long. Richardson held his hands low and tried to keep Tyson at a distance with a sluggish jab. After the third clinch, Mike pushes his opponent into the corner of the ring and throws his signature left hook to the head. Richardson goes back onto the canvas.
Carried him through the air. And it's over. I see right now a major flaw and problem in Mike Tyson's career, and that's going to be to have a fight that lasts long enough to get some good footage on it. I'm telling you what, it's hard to do. Mike Tyson, without a doubt.
Mike Tyson versus Conroy Nelson. Round 2. Working with a jab, Tyson puts himself in a good position, and taking advantage of Nelson's failed strike, puts a left hook into Nelson's jaw. Conroy falls onto the canvas.
Fast becoming a Tyson trademark. Well, fight number 13, unlucky 13, I don't think so.
Overhand right, then taking him out with a vicious left hand. Referee counted him out at 30 seconds of the round.
Very good fight, experienced fighter.
Mike Tyson versus Sammy Scaff.
Eva Shane. Now look at the height difference, at least 6 inches.
The first round. In one of the corners, Tyson ducks under his opponent's blows and again lands his signature left hook to the head. By this point, Sammy's face was already covered in blood. Another left hook, and Tyson knocks the opponent down. The referee stops the fight.
Scaff tried to get up. His nose is cut. Look at the side of his nose there. Breathing in.
Mike Tyson versus Mark Young.
Mike Tyson fight. He's a young, strong guy who jumps right on his opponents. And I think this might be another early stopper because this guy's been a little wild, isn't he?
In the middle of the first round, Young makes an unforgivable mistake. He walks forward without hitting, completely covering his entire view with his gloves. Tyson makes a terrific side pull, throwing a powerful right uppercut to the head and knocking down his opponent. The blow threw Young to the ropes from the very middle of the ring. Another victory by knockout. Mike Tyson versus David Jaco. As you might expect, Jaco tried to keep Tyson at bay with his jab. However, despite his superiority in arm's length and height, he manages to miss Tyson's attacks.
Shopify's point-of-sale system helps you sell at every stage of your business. Need a fast and secure way to take payments? We've got you covered. How about card readers that you can rely on? Yep, that too. Want one place to manage every sale from every channel? That's kind of our thing. Wherever you
remembers. For about 4 years, you did an open workout yesterday. Everyone's asking you why, how, give us the reason. Forget about all that. Old news at this point. Everyone wants to know what's going through your mind. Is the old Mike back? Is vintage Mike back? Let us know.
Are you talking to me right now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess I'm back, yeah.
You're the star.
I'm just happy to be here. I love you too. Thank you.
Jake, there have been moments in the build-up to this fight where it did feel like the old Mike was back, vintage Mike. I'm not talking, late 2000s Mike. I'm talking like, 1989 Mike Tyson. You're the guy that he's talking about. You're the opponent. You're the guy that's going to be facing off with him. You're watching this. You're listening to this. What goes through your mind when you hear him go into that dark place?
Yeah, it's cute. I fear no man, so I want him to be that old savage Mike. He says he's going to kill me. Is that what you're going to do, Mike? Because I'm ready. I want that killer. I want the hardest match possible Friday night, and I want there to be no excuses from everyone at home when I knock him out. So is that what you're going to bring, Homicidal?
I'm just ready. That's all I can say. I'm just ready.
I don't think anyone has ever referred to Mike Tyson's talk as cute before. That is a first. Mike, the line that I can't get enough of, the one that I keep watching over and over again, when you and your team were watching Jake after the Mike Perry fight, you said the difference between me and him is that he's a manufactured killer. He's the killer that papers and TV made. I'm a natural-born killer. That's what you said. That we felt in our bones. That's what everyone who grew up watching you remembers. Can you expand on that? Why is he manufactured and why are you for real?
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if you can expand on that. I mean, can you give me...
It's just what I said.
It's just that, all right. That's cool. When you hear that, do you agree with that, Jake? Is there something to that?
Whatever he wants to think. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but the deadliest weapon on the planet is manufactured, and that's a nuke.
All right. I do believe that is accurate. And what is going on with your ear over there, Jake, if I could just ask that?
I'm not getting my shit bit off on Friday night, so I got my diamond spiked ear covers right there.
All right. Let me turn my attention to the two women competing in the co-main event. We'll start with the champion, the undisputed champion, the patron saint of the Emerald Isle, the great Katie Taylor. Always an honor to be in her presence. Here we are, Katie. I know you hate this stuff. You hate the face-to-faces. You hate the press conferences. You hate the talk. The main talk has been, though, her, Jake, her team have all said she deserved to win at Madison Square Garden. What do you have to do to put an end to that talk?
Well, I believe that I won the last fight, clearly, and I'm just going to go in there Friday night and beat her again. I put my body through the trenches over these last few months. An absolute privilege to be here on the same card as a legend in the sport, and it's absolutely an amazing opportunity that we both have, and I just can't wait to step in there and showcase what I can do again and get another win.
Amanda, you guys have, broken so many barriers. You in particular, you've broken so many barriers, and MSG was historic. This is a different type of history. Biggest platform, two women fighting in the co-main event under these two gentlemen. Do you take that pressure on your shoulders going into Friday? Are you representing women's boxing as well, or is that a mistake? Can you not think of it that way?
Well, first of all, I would like to say, Ariel, how you doing right now?
I'm doing great. I appreciate it.
I know you're in a tough spot right now.
You see, us New Yorkers, we got to look out for each other. Thank you. I appreciate that.
No, the pressure's always there when you're trying to be a face of a sport, but I feel like I'm not just the face. There's a lot of us that come together. We made history together. I made history multiple times, and I just have to go out there and make sure that I perform like I did the last time, and women won.
Is there a lesson that you took away among the many, but maybe an overarching one because it was so close, because you didn't eventually get the nod, a lesson that you will look to apply come Friday in this fight?
Listen, I'm going to do what I do best, and that's come to fight.
We appreciate that. Can't wait for it as well. By the way, Mike, can I ask you one more? Perhaps there's more to this. A lot of the talk going into this fight has been about your history, about your upbringing, perhaps some new fans learning about your history for the first time. A big story, a big part of your history, of course, your first trainer, the late great Customado. What do you think he would say of this spectacle going down on Friday?
He'd be very happy.
What do you think he would tell you about how to beat Jake Paul?
He would be very happy.
All right. Let us go to the media. I do believe there is some media here. We'll go to my man, Andreas Hale, up first. By the way, let us know where you're coming from and obviously who your question is being addressed to.
Yes, sir. Andreas Hale from ESPN. Jake, this question is for you. We know this fight is 8 rounds, 2 minutes, but is there any chance this goes to a decision, or does this have to end in a knockout?
No, someone's getting put to sleep. It's going to be a war, and we're both heavy hitters. It's not going the full 16 minutes.
Question for Mike Tyson. Mike.
What the question is, Jake Paul, the biggest clown within boxing. If Mike lets you...
No, wait. Go back to Andreas. Go back to Andreas. Is that Tony Bellew? That looks like Tony Bellew.
It is Tony Bellew,
It does? Is that Tony Bellew or is it Darren Till? Andreas, keep going.
Yes, sir.
Mike lets him survive.
What is this? A Fisher-Price microphone?
Great-grandfather, not a grandfather.
I actually can't tell if it's Tony Bellew.
Me either.
Is it?
So this guy is ready.
Okay, Andreas, keep
All right,
going.
my man, chill.
No, legit, is it Tony Bellew? I can't tell. Is it Tony Bellew, 50 extra pounds?
Give you the chance.
All right. Andreas, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Come on, Jake.
Andreas, go ahead.
Mike Tyson. Mike, this question is for you. Given everything that you've gone through in your life and your career, you're coming back to the ring at the age of 58. How big would this be for your life to pull off this epic comeback and beat Jake Paul on Friday night?
I'm just ready to fight. You know, I've said everything I had to say. There's nothing else to say. I'm just looking forward to fighting.
All right, thank you, Andreas. I do believe we have another question right over here.
Hey guys, Joey Hayden, Dallas Morning News. My question is for Mike. Mike, when you look around at the stage around multiple title fights, one of the most anticipated women's fights in history behind you, there's a lot of people that say this fight between you and Jake isn't to the level of professional boxing or what most people perceive as professional boxing. Who better to ask than Mike Tyson, how does this fight line up for you? How does it feel?
Well, the people speak for itself. I don't even have to ask them.
All right, thank you very much, sir.
Biggest live gate in U.S. boxing history outside of Las Vegas. Numbers don't lie. So people want to see this, and that's an amazing accomplishment. Credit to Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano and Mike and everyone on the card as well, Niraj, Mario Barrios, Winderson, everybody, Bruce Guarantee, literally everyone, Lucas, everyone. So we all did this together, and this is a statement that we had the biggest live gate outside of Vegas in U.S. boxing history.
Actually, I did want to ask Niraj a question, if I can. I know about a year ago you were crashing the party in Puerto Rico, trying to pick a fight with this man. Now you joined MVP, and you'll be going up against Winderson in this anticipated bout. Why the switch? Why did you go from wanting to fight Jake to teaming up with him?
So Winderson known us, and after that Jake Paul. Before this KSI. I'm here for my country. I'm here for my country younger boxer. I want to tell them nothing is impossible when I start boxing 18 years back. So I had a dream to sharing stage with Mike Tyson, and I'm here today. So these all are in my way. He's also in my way.
Oh wow, okay. So I guess he's you still have him in your crosshairs. You still want to fight him?
Yeah.
Okay. All
yeah,
right.
I'm gonna go. We're on the same team, and I respect him and all that. But I'm gonna go to India and beat his ass for sure.
Okay. Well, for Winderson, if I can ask, you'll be fighting Niraj. Are you impressed with what he's done? He talks a big game. Look at the schedule that he just laid out, and I know you're a little newer to the fight game. Are you impressed with your opponent, Niraj Goyat? And I do believe your interpreter is here as well.
Whindersson, essa pergunta é para você agora. Você acabou de ouvir aqui o Niraj falar sobre essa lista de pessoas que ele quer lutar. Eu sei que você é um pouco mais novo nessa caminhada de lutas e eu queria saber, você está impressionado com o papo dele, com o histórico dele? Como que você sente com relação a essa luta?
Eu me sinto como se eu tivesse mentido no currículo e tivesse me aceitado no emprego depois de ver todas essas pessoas aqui de peso.
I feel like as if I lied on my resume and I just ended up here in the midst of this huge group here, amazing group tonight.
That's amazing. I appreciate the humility. Okay, let's go back to the media.
Hi, Mr. Tyson, I just want to ask a little question. Can you share us why did you say this sentence? The fear of losing is too much fighting than dying. And what would you lose if you lose this fight? Thank you.
I'm not going to lose.
But you say that in the last minute of the second
I am not going to lose. Did you hear what I said?
Thank you.
That's the one I was talking about earlier. Back to the media, right over here.
So, Colm Keys from the Irish Independent in Dublin, and my question is for Katie Taylor. Katie, you were involved in that epic Madison Square Garden fight with Amanda Serrano. Halfway through it, you looked in a little bit of trouble. You finished strong. What was your thoughts at the end of that fifth round?
I think for every single fighter, we're always prepared for moments like that. That's why we train so hard. When you're in shape, when you're fit, you recover so well from those moments. And I take a lot of reassurance and a lot of confidence from that because I took our bigger shots and I wasn't stumbled, I wasn't moved. And I won the second half of that fight, so I take a lot of reassurance going into the rematch because of that. So, yeah.
If I could ask Katie a follow-up. Jake said in an interview earlier this week that your longtime promoter and friend Eddie Hearn will actually be in your corner. I think that's a first for him. Is that accurate?
I'm not too sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe Jake said that, right? Jake, did you say that?
That's what they submitted through the promotion. It doesn't surprise me because he's a cloud chaser and bitch, so yeah.
Oh, all right. I thought that would be a cool scene. I thought that would be cool, different, but we'll find out on Friday. Another reason to tune in. Back to the questions we go.
Yeah, hi, Kira Mulvaney from Boxing Scene. This is for Katie and Amanda, and it's a question about legacy. You know, I would not be surprised to find 10 years from now female champions talking about being inspired to take up the sport by watching what you two did at Madison Square Garden 2 years ago. And I'm curious whether you guys think a lot about your legacy, what you mean for girls and young women around the world, and how can you build on that on Friday?
Well, definitely legacy is very important, but my goal is to motivate and inspire these young girls, the new generation in this sport, that you can do anything you put your mind to. If you believe in yourself, have a great team, you can go far. And like I've been saying, when I say how much I make, it's not bragging. It's to show these women that we can make it. We're capable of making it. We're capable of breaking records, and just strive for excellence, and you will achieve it.
Yeah, I think for me that's the greatest part about this journey as well, is just being able to inspire and impact the next generation of female fighters. And when I started boxing as a 9 or 10-year-old, there's no female fighter at all that I knew in the boxing gyms in Ireland, but every single boxing gym I walk into now at home is packed with female fighters, and that to me is that's what legacy is all about, really. And I think what me and Amanda have done over these last few years, inspiring that generation of young fighters, is the best thing we could leave behind in this sport. It's an absolute privilege.
I'm dying to ask Shushu a question. Shushu, you're one of the top rising stars in the sport, and I'm going to put you on the spot here. I hope you don't mind. You were on a top-ranked card. I believe you were at the theater attached to Madison Square Garden, and you cut a promo in honor of this man who also hails from Brownsville. One of the most infamous Mike Tyson promos. You got it for us? It was incredible. You freaking nailed it on that night, and I think that's what led to him calling you and telling you how much he appreciated that. Spit some bars for us.
I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston, I'm Jack Dempsey. There's nobody like me from Nair Club. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want you as children. Praise be to God.
Yeah, well done. Well done. Mike, can I ask, when you heard that from another young man from Brooklyn, what did that mean?
Yes, he is very, very eloquent, but that day I was off my meds.
What's it mean to you, Shushu, to be on a card with a legend like Mike Tyson, who comes from the same part of the world as you?
Man, it means the world to me. It's honestly something that I would have never thought about. You know, around the time I started boxing, he was already retired, never even thinking about him coming back around and doing this here. And this is honestly just a dream come true. I want to give a big thanks to Mike Tyson for being able to have me on this card, MVP, everybody that was, you know, a part of this whole situation. And I'm just ready to put on the show, man. I'm ready to put on the show and show everybody what the Shushu show has to deliver.
I love it. Looking forward to it very much. I do have to ask a question before we get back to the media to Lucas Body. I'm still in awe of what you did back in July. Let's be honest, my man, great record, but I think that was the H2O Silv show, and you went out there and pulled off, in my opinion, the best knockout of the year. If we get something better than that in the next 2 months, God help us all, because that was the most vicious knockout that I've ever seen live in front of a boxing ring. How has your life changed since pulling that off back in July?
Well, I'm a part of this incredible event, historic event. I'm honored to be here. It's an amazing card on Netflix for the first time. And knockouts is what I do. So you guys are in for a show.
Can't wait. Let's go back to the media.
Jack Figg from The Sun in London. Question for Amanda. It's been 2 years since that great fight with Katie. You've obviously had fights since then while we wait for the rematch. How tough was the wait to get to this point while you waited to get the shot at revenge?
Well, thank you for asking, because a lot of people don't acknowledge I am going up 3 divisions, being the unified featherweight champion. But it's always hard for me and uncomfortable when I have to leave my weight class where I feel comfortable at. So just I had to eat a lot more protein, a lot more carbs, just to make sure that I feel good at the weight. I'm hoping that I can make at least the 138 tomorrow, but it is what it is. You know, I'm chasing greatness, and that's going up 3 divisions to face Katie Taylor once again, and I will be victorious.
Question from me to Armando. Armando, I know you're taking this fight on somewhat short notice. I also understand, correct me if I'm wrong, I hear you're from one of the most feared families in Rome. Can you tell us about the Casamonaco lineage, the family history? Why do they say this about you and who you're representing?
Armando, leggi quello che hai scritto e volevano anche chiederti un po' della tua famiglia.
Allora, prima di tutto voglio ringraziare MVP Promotion, Jack Paul e Mike Tyson per l'opportunità che mi hanno dato. E tutto il loro team ci siamo sentiti subito a casa. Questo è il mio primo incontro in America, negli Stati Uniti. Complimenti al nuovo presidente americano, speriamo in anni di pace per tutti. Al mio avversario, Lucas Badi, canadese, faccio i miei migliori auguri. Non sarà un incontro facile per nessuno dei due. Abbiamo stili e provenienze completamente diverse. Il ring ci unirà per questi 10 round. Io porto Roma con me, la mia storia, la mia famiglia, che ringrazio. Anche la palestra Quadraro Box, il mio coach Silvano Setaro, il mio manager Marco e Jack Micheli, pugile italiano in cui ci sono cresciuto. Sicuramente sarà un incontro senza sconti, da non perdere per tanti che mi seguono e lo seguiranno da casa in Italia. Non sono abituato a perdere, soprattutto a mollare. Ci sarà da sudare.
Grazie,
Se
grazie.
avete domande sono qui.
So Armando is saying, first of all, he wants to thank MVP Promotion, Mike Tyson, Jake Paul for the opportunity. He's got a great team. Thank you, Jake. Really, they made us really feel at home. It's Armando first event in the States, and he wants to congratulate the new president. He wishes peace to the world.
Amen. Grazie mille.
To Lucas, he says good luck to you. It's not going to be an easy one for you. You know, we come from different worlds, different families, different, you know, the way that we're being brought up. But you say you're going to be united for those 10 rounds. You're going to share a moment you're never going to forget. So he wishes all the best, and he said everybody to keep watching this on Friday. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Mike.
Can't wait. Back to the media, to the left.
Hey guys, Ryan Warwick here with Fox News. This is for Mike. You say you're not going to lose, but the odds say differently. How disrespected does that make you feel, and why do you think you are the underdog?
Thank you. Hey, I'm fine with everything. I'm fine with everything.
Appreciate it, my friend. On this side.
Hi there. My name's Joe Barlow. I work with the Chive, and this is a question for Mike and Jake. We've really appreciated your shit-talking of each other, but we thought there was enough negativity in the world, so we were curious if you had something nice to say about one another.
Well,
I'm getting booed? Wow.
Anything come to mind, Jake?
Well, I think he's going to look good in the picture when he's on the canvas and I'm standing over him.
Anything come to mind, Mike? I'll take that as a no. Question for the champion, Mario Barrios. Big opportunity presented to you by MVP. This is a massive, massive shot. Everyone's talking about your belt. You have the glamour belt in the welterweight division. When you got the call about this opportunity to defend your title on this platform, on Netflix, what went through your mind?
I was stoked as soon as I got the the call for this opportunity. You know, big shout out to MVP Promotions, you know, to Jake and Mike, you know, making this happen. There's no doubt about it. This is one of the biggest boxing events going on, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. Happy to be defending my title in my home state of Texas, and yeah, you know, I'm just ready, you know, to. I'm just ready to get this week over with, and you know, step in the ring on Friday.
Speaking of titles, can I ask Shadeja a question? This is a chance for you to capture that belt that, you know, not that long ago you tried, and now here you are again. What were the lessons that you learned from that first title fight that you're looking to not replicate on Friday?
So many lessons, just the main one. First and foremost, I'm just honored to be here and share such a historic card. But just embrace the moment and show up and show out. Be proud that you're here and just dominate.
Can't wait for it. All right, back to the media.
My name is Kevin Garcia. I'm with Fight Hype, and my first question is for Jake. Jake, you know, most boxers, you couldn't name one of their first 10 opponents. Obviously, you've put on a lot of shows. We're at a spectacle right now, a really big event. What do you say to the people who criticize your decision-making when most boxers, we don't follow their career at this point?
Yeah, I'm blessed to be in the position I am, to be highly criticized. That just means I'm doing something right. And no one has had a boxing career like mine. It'll be studied and judged, but I've risen to the top in 4 years because I've taken risks. I was the underdog all the way up until Nate Robinson, and that's something that people don't remember, don't give any credit to, but I put it on the line against some of the best in the sport every single time, and that's why I'm here on Netflix against the biggest name in boxing right now.
Thank you. And then my second question is for Amanda. Amanda, I was watching the face-off between you and Katie, you know, in the promo for the build-up to this event. And I noticed when the question was posed about 3 minutes, you seemed pretty assertive on your position. You know, you wanted to do it. Katie didn't seem as assertive. She said her team had been informed, but she wasn't. Do you believe that?
Listen, if she really wanted the 3 minutes, I think she would have suggested herself, knowing that I asked the first time. She probably would be like, hey, she's not interested doing it 3-12, 12-3 this time. But listen, it is what it is. I'm going out there fighting 10-2. that's what we're going to do. We're going to have less time to go out there and throw a lot of punches.
Thank you.
Jake, dare I ask, what do you make of Mike's demeanor tonight?
Man, I just, there's a lot of shit talk online saying you're going to kill me, and it just, nothing in person. It's, I don't know. It's pretty boring, pretty fucking boring.
Do you think these are mind games?
I don't know, man. It's not working, whatever these games are. It's not going to change the result of what happens Friday night.
I want to ask a question to Dana Coolwell, Deadly they call him. You are from a long ways from here. I want to try to get this right. You are from the Manunjali tribe. Did I get that right? Close enough?
Yeah, Manunjali.
Yes, all the way in Australia.
Yeah.
Could you tell us about your background and how unique it is for you to get this opportunity?
Yeah, I'm a proud Australian, Indigenous Australian, representing all of Australia, and I'm just happy to be part of such something so big, such a massive card on Netflix, and getting this opportunity. Yeah, I'm just ready to show out and put on a great performance and show why I belong here on the world stage as well.
Your thoughts on Chushu? A lot of people calling him one of the top prospects in all of boxing. Are you as impressed with him?
Yeah, he's a great fighter, and I'm expecting the best Bruce come fight night, and that'll bring the best Dana, and yeah, I'm ready to put on a great performance.
If I can also ask a question to Melinda, this is a big opportunity for you, coming all the way from Canada. I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, you've been offered this fight in the past a couple times. The timing wasn't right, you said no. Why is the timing right for you to fight Shadeja?
First of all, I just want to thank Jake Paul and MVP Promotions for putting this on. There's not only going to be one great female fight on this card, but two, so I'm really appreciative of that. Yeah, we turned down the fight a couple times. You know, I was just starting in my pro career and I wasn't ready. We don't take fights that we're not ready for. And mentally, physically, I'm ready now. When I saw the posting for this fight, I thought, maybe they'll ask me to be on this show. And maybe 2 days later, I got the notice. So I'm here, I'm ready, we've been training hard. And it's great to see women's boxing on a big stage like this, and to see another Canadian boxer as well on this platform.
Best of luck to you. Back to the media.
Yes, this is Jacob Dedamore with the Ticket in Dallas. This question is for Jake. Jake, you were just talking about your career and how it's grown, and you've said in the past that you want to be taken seriously as a boxer. So if that is your goal, when can we expect you to start fighting legitimate contending fighters in your given weight class?
I think you're the same dumbass from the other event.
I am
asked that same dumbass question.
And you didn't answer
And
the
you're
first time.
and you're sitting here disrespecting Mike Tyson to his face once again.
I asked you a
Do
question.
you not think that he's a serious boxer? Yeah, he walks away.
All right, back to the media over here.
Chris Beltran, House of Highlights. This is from Mike. Mike, do you see yourself fighting again after this fight? And if you could pick someone to fight Jake next, who would you pick?
I'm just interested in this fight right here at the moment.
And who would you pick to fight Jake next if you could?
I'm not talking about fighting anybody, only Jake.
Thank you.
Abel, can I ask you a question? An opportunity for you to become WBC welterweight champion on Friday. Mario is tough, obviously. You're looking to make your own kind of history. In your opinion, based on what you've seen from him, especially as of late, what are the keys to beating Mario on Friday?
Well, Mario's a very, very tough opponent. You know, he has the height and reach advantage over me. I think the key to this fight is going to get inside, you know, shorten up that distance.
Can't wait. Looking forward to it, and good luck to you. We go back over here.
Hi, Łukasz Godlewski from Przegląd Sportowy Onet. I've got a question for Jake. You were in Poland last year for the Usyk Dubois fight, and you said there that you've got a Polish heritage, but I believe you've never said what it's about. What are the details?
Yeah, I'm like 30 or 20% Polish. Dad, what? 55% Polish. Which is why I started a hot dog company or a franchisee in a hot dog company. So shout out the Dog House. But who is it? It's my dad's side, and it's like our great grandmothers that came over from Poland to the United States. So that's shout out to the Paul family.
Thank you.
All right. Back over here, media.
Hey everybody, Chuck Creekmer from allhiphop.com. A lot of us came up on Mike Tyson, millennials, Gen X, and obviously, you know, further back. like Muhammad Ali, et cetera, Floyd Mayweather. Jake, you've resonated with Gen Alpha and Gen Z. From a boxing perspective, from a legacy perspective, what do you feel like you're bringing to the sport and the future of boxing?
Yeah, man, just excitement. Big fights, big knockouts. You know, a lot of fighters go in there and they have boring-ass fights like Floyd Mayweather, and I've brought in a lot of excitement to the sport, knocking people out in the biggest platforms possible, going against the biggest names, and making matchups that the fans want to see, crossover MMA fights, things like that, fighting other massive names in the sport. So I'm going to continue to do the biggest fights, the biggest pay-per-views, the biggest streams across the board, and just continue to push myself. And I think people resonate with my content and just promotional ability.
Thank you, my friend. Last one will be from me, and I'll try my best. Let's see if this works out. I just want to go down the line from here to there, all the way down to there. Just give me a name, Jake or Mike. Prediction on Friday. We'll start with you, Shushu. No pressure.
The baddest man on the planet. I am Mike Tyson.
All right, that's 1-0. What about you, Lucas?
Jake Paul.
All right, 1-1. Shadeja.
Jake Paul.
All right, 2-1. Niraj.
Mike Tyson.
2-2. Mario.
Iron Mike.
3-2 for Mike. Amanda.
Come on, Jake Paul.
All right, 3-3. Katie.
You can never bet against a legend, Mike Tyson.
4-3, Mike. Abel.
Tyson.
5-3, Mike. Winderson.
Tyson.
6-3, Mike. Melinda.
Tyson.
7-3, Mike.
Mike Tyson.
8-3, Mike.
Mike Tyson.
Damn. Jake, the disrespect. It's palpable.
I love it, you know. Hey, when I see dumb people saying dumb predictions, I just feel bad for them. So at the end of the day, who wants to bet on it, huh? Does anyone want to bet on it? I'm shaking hands. So how much we want to bet on this? You said, Mike, how much you want to bet? He said he's good. That's what I thought. Bitch made. How much you want to bet?
Mike Tyson.
How much?
How much you?
How much? As much as you're willing to lose, brother.
So, okay. So I'll give you my property.
How much?
Yeah.
How much?
My property is like more than 1 million. I'll give you.
Deal. How much you want to bet?
How much you want to lose?
Bro, but the time I spent taking a shit is how much you make in your whole life, buddy. Shut the fuck up. How much you want to lose?
Whatever.
$1 million, deal. We got 1 million here, 1 million here.
Okay.
Come on. You guys want to fucking do this? Put your money where your mouth is. How much money? Exactly. How much money?
I don't speak English.
Exactly. How much money? A ring, deal. Let's go. I'm following up on all this shit. $1 million? $1 million?
$20.
$20 right here. That's what I thought.
It goes down in 2 days' time, my friends. Once again, Most Valuable Promotions, Netflix teaming up.
Wait.
Oh, no.
I forgot Katie Taylor back here. How much you want to bet?
How much do you want to bet?
As much as you want. I'm not losing. No shot in hell.
Well, do you want to bet your purse?
Yeah, let's bet the purse.
Oh, my
Deal.
dear. Well played.
And I'm sending out contracts, too.
The stakes have just been raised. Tremendous stuff. Mike, final word from you. Give it to us. Dig deep. I feel it. Yeah, final word to you, Mike. Final word to the world.
I'm just ready to fight.
Yeah, there he is. Iron Mike Tyson, everyone. We're going to take a little break. We're going to wrap this bad boy up. The Keith Sabadarian's going to square them all up. Don't go anywhere. Friday, November 15th, AT&T Stadium, 280 million subscribers around the world, the most watched combat sports event of all time. We'll see you in 2 days.
This is Rocky. It's the first car I ever bought. I guess he needed new tires. So I jumped on eBay Motors and I saw these. And these. eBay Motors even sent
Man, welcome back to another episode of The Art of War.
And today is special for me because I got a legend in the room with me today, somebody I grew up watching as a young man. And, you know, this man needs no introduction, but I'm gonna give him a brief one. You know, he's the youngest heavyweight.
Why does Mike Tyson win this fight?
Because I'm Mike Tyson.
It would be the biggest moment in all of boxing history when I put this man to sleep.
I think he thinks this is going to be a very easy night. It's not going to be an easy night.
We made history together, and we got a chance to make history together again.
It's going to be nothing less than the last fight.
We're just days away from the biggest boxing event in recent memory. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. This isn't pay-per-view, it's Netflix. And this is MVPs face-to-face. Gentlemen, how you doing? Good to see you.
Good to meet you, bro.
Look, to maintain order, we're gonna allow you guys 45 seconds to answer my question. The opponent has 45 seconds to respond.
This is like a presidential debate.
Yeah, tell me about it.
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
When I'm here, it's important.
Hopefully it's not 2v1 like Trump had to deal with.
Nah,
Nah,
we good,
I'm
we good, good. You guys ready?
Go.
All right, let's get it. We're gonna start with you, Mike. Why'd you agree to take this fight with Jake Paul?
I believe this is going to be great for boxing. I believe I'm going to win.
Jake, why'd you agree to take the fight with Mike?
Man, he's a legend, you know? This is the guy. This is one of the two most famous boxers to ever live, him and Muhammad Ali. This is a dream come true for me. I am inspired by Mike, his story, you know, what he's persevered through. And to be able to fight him and to share the ring with such a legend is a special moment for me, and it's historic. And the fact that we did it with Netflix, it's the biggest fight of the century, and that's what I love to do. Make history, have fun, and go to war.
Well, to add on top of what does it mean for boxing?
Everything, man. You know, this all came from an ayahuasca ceremony. When I saw this happening, I saw the butterfly effect of every kid going into the gym the next day wanting to be like me or Mike. 700 million people watching on Netflix. And the impact this will have on the sport is unfathomable, and it's untangible, quite frankly.
Okay, Mike, so what does it mean to be fighting Jake Paul? And same question to you, what does this mean for boxing?
To be honest, boxing's never seen nothing like this in the history of boxing. Since it began 250 years ago, it's never seen anything like this, and probably never will.
Well, Mike, let me ask you this. What does it say about Mike Tyson if he knocks out a 27-year-old Jake Paul?
Mike just knocked somebody else out again. You know, this is going to be big. It's just, it's not like it's just some 27-year-old. It's Jake Paul.
And Jake, same question to you. What does it mean if you knock out a 58-year-old Mike Tyson?
Yeah, when it happens, it's going to be a little bittersweet because I have love for him. But at the current moment, we're meant to go to war. He's trying to take the food off my plate. I'm trying to take the food off of his plate, and that's what warriors do. Right. But for me, I've dreamt this, manifested it, and it'll be the start of, you know, what has been a 12-year career for me in entertainment and acting and working and all the things I've done now into boxing. This is finally my moment and my time to shine, and I'm gonna show the world who the fuck I am, because everyone's doubted me. Everyone's had something to say. Nothing was ever given to me. I've had to work for it all. Suppressed by everyone, kicked off of YouTube, kicked off of platforms, canceled 5 times, and here I am, throwing the biggest event in really all of entertainment, actually. And now it shows to the rest of the world what hard work and perseverance can do. And I'm just happy to be able to show that to other kids who maybe have to go through adversity and have to fight and have to keep on proving themselves time and time again.
So from your answer, what I got is, you said when it does happen.
Yeah.
So you're gonna knock Mike out?
It's already written.
Okay. You heard that shit?
Clearly.
Just making sure. I like that confidence right there.
This is the baddest man on the planet, heavyweight. Look, I mean, just look at the fucking guy sitting here right now.
Right.
He's an animal. He posts Instagram pictures and I get a little scared because of how good he looks. But I have to step up to this level and show people that I can accomplish the impossible. And that's what the story of Jake Paul is all about.
Now, Mike, a lot of people going to point to your fight with Kevin McBride and say that that's when your skills basically dissipated 20 years ago.
My life has changed since then, and I decided to fight Roy Jones, and that was successful, and now we're fighting.
So people shouldn't even bring that shit up no more?
No, they should bring it up.
Okay.
They should see the difference from there to now.
Gotcha. What you
Me at my worst, to me at the biggest event in the history of events right now. There's never been any bigger than this. So what they have to say about that?
What you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, that's what critics do. They sit on their couches, they sit in their homes, and they have so many things to say because they're unhappy with their lives themselves. They'll try to rip people apart like me and Mike, who are actually going and fucking doing something.
He had 11 pro fights, 1 amateur fight. How do you rate him?
Hey, listen, he's been successful in all those pro fights except one, and that's why we're fighting.
It's been 4 years in professional boxing, and in terms of what I've done in those 4 years and the amount I've learned is more than any pro boxer. So just in terms of how much I've learned and grown, I'm the fastest growing and learning boxer in the sport, and that's what I rate myself off of. If you calculate how good I got from year 1 to year 4, no one else has made that progress. So really, to me, that's the most important thing to focus on, and I have big plans, and I'm continuing to, again, do the impossible and show people what I'm capable of, and they chalk up what I've done to fights being rigged. Still, when he posts on his Instagram looking like a killer, hitting the shit out of the mitts, the top 5 comments are, if Jake wins this fight, it's completely rigged. And that used to bother me.
Right.
That used to bother me because I was like, no, I'm working so hard. Can't you fucking people see? But now I take it as a compliment because the human peon brain of the 99% can't even comprehend
Can't even get it.
how good I've gotten and what I'm accomplishing in this world.
They telling me you're talking too long. There's not no Trump shit. They trying to give me the...
That's what I'm saying. I knew this was going to happen.
See, don't...
Hey, we got all the time in the world. We can make edits. What's your name? Joe. Shut the fuck up, Joe. Thank you.
Control, do your thing. He over there. Don't harass me no more, Joe, nigga. That wasn't on me. All right, now look, one thing that people cannot deny is your activity. This your 3rd fight this year. You had 3 fights last year, 6 fights in the last 2 years. Where boxers are fighting once every 2 or 3 years. Does that make you better as a boxer, the activity?
Yeah, 100%. And I have to stay active. I have to stay working towards my goal of becoming a world champion. So there needs to be 3 fights a year for me at least, and that's how I get better, is under the bright lights and performing when there's adrenaline and nerves.
Gotcha.
I've always been in the gym training. I'm boxing professional fighters. I'm just, activity is great. I had 15 fights in 1 year when I was younger, and I think activity is great, but I'm prepared. I'm just ready to go.
Now, does a loss to Jake Paul damage your legacy?
I don't look at my life as a legacy. Legacy to me means ego. Who the fuck cares about my legacy? I'm gonna be dead soon one day, but he's not gonna win.
What do you say about your legacy if you end up beating Mike Tyson, and not just beating Mike Tyson, knocking Mike Tyson out?
Obviously, it would be the biggest moment in all of boxing history on Friday night when I put this man to sleep. So that is pretty dope.
He dreams a lot.
A lot of dreams.
I knew it.
He
They
does a lot
all
of
come
dreaming.
true.
This is not gonna come true, young man.
Hey, man, I respect your opinion, but it's just my time. The universe know it, the gods know it, I know it, and you're gonna know it. Plain and simple.
Okay, for next week, we'll see.
We will. That's the beauty of boxing, is the truth comes out, and by golly, do I love the truth.
Are you concerned if Mike hits you flush on the chin, this shit could be fucked up?
Yeah. Yes. Indeed. I have to be alert. This is a scary, scary man. He's a killer and has all the power still clearly in all the videos, all the sparring that he's showing, dropping his sparring partners. My mom is messaging. She can't even watch Tyson punch.
Right.
She won't watch it because it scares her. And he has one of the deadliest uppercuts of all time. So of course I have to be ready and know that he's going to have some moments in there, and I'm going to have to persevere.
Now, Mike called you a manufactured killer. How you respond to that?
I would say the deadliest weapon in the world is manufactured. That's a nuke.
I like that. I like that. I like that, man.
And I think it's scarier to be a peaceful man, waving Disney Channel wands around, and then to choose to kill.
Now, Mike, look, you criticize Jake's skills. What does that say about you if you lose?
Well, I'm not going to lose. So I can't even fathom losing. I can't even imagine it. He's not going to win. I think he thinks this is going to be a very easy night. It's not going to be an easy night.
I don't think that. I think it's going to be a war of ages. The fans are the ones who win out of this, but I know you, I know your soul on a deeper level, and I know myself, and I know you're not going to fucking quit, and neither am I. You could rip my head off. I can go down to the canvas. You can fuck me up. I could be bleeding from everywhere, and I'm not going to stop. And I know that's the same for you. That's the beauty of this, is I don't think it's going to be easy. I know it's going to be hard.
You had a great career, but in many ways, this is the biggest event that you ever been a part of. What does this say about this night and this matchup?
First of all, no one else can do this but me, I believe. And like you said, this is the greatest boxing match in the history of boxing, and it's because I'm a part of it.
Yeah, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT, man. And this is the do-si-do in Texas, the biggest fight. And I do think a dance requires two people, but that's the magic in this, is that we're, you know, this yin and yang that is creating this massive fucking disruption and storm and massive fight. So, you know, 2024, November 15th, the gods and the universe aligned us to do something magical. And it takes the both of us. But he's had a longer, illustrious career, and I believe by the end of my career, I will reign as the GOAT of this sport.
Now, a lot of people are saying that the Taylor-Serrano fight should be the main event. Part one was a fucking amazing battle. What do you have to say to that?
It is the, you know, like, this is, there's two main events. How do you choose which one to put before each other? You know, they're massive. I'm more excited to watch that than I am excited to take his punches. But yeah, man. I mean, it's massive, and I'm just so excited to see the rematch and for Amanda Serrano to prove all of her doubters wrong.
So who do you think won?
Close.
It was close.
Close. Razor close.
But in your opinion, who do you think won?
I'll keep that opinion to myself.
Okay.
My opinion won't mean nothing on November 15th.
And when Amanda Serrano wins, Katie Taylor, I think we do the trilogy at Croke Park. I'll get Donald Trump to come in. He loves doing big fights since Eddie Hearn hasn't been able to get anything done over there. He's too busy trying to be in Katie Taylor's corner for the fight. Can you believe that? I mean, the clout chasing on this guy is fucking insane, but Katie will make the trilogy happen in Croke Park, and it's going to be, you know, something they could settle the score. I believe Amanda's going to win. It'll be 1-1, then they can do the third and settle it all.
So you're already doing the trilogy before we get the sequel.
Yep.
Okay, say no more.
I'm like Star Wars, baby.
I ain't mad at you. Why does Mike Tyson win this fight?
Because I'm Mike Tyson.
Why does Jake Paul win this fight?
Because I'm Jake Paul. No. Man, this is just, it's my time. That, you know, the gods have showed this to me. I'm going to be faster, stronger, and more elusive. He's not going to know where I'm coming from, and I'm
great imagination.
I'm truly going to show the world that I outboxed Mike Tyson, and that's fucking wild to say. Oh, yes, I got you a gift.
Thank you very much.
I got you a gift, Mike.
You want a pigeon?
This is a pigeon from Southeast Asia. Very expensive, but I wanted you to have this.
Thank you, Jake.
How do you feel about that?
Huh?
Hey, you like Mike's love pigeon. What do you feel about that?
It looks like a low budget pedigree. But
We paid thousands of dollars
This
for that.
is an expensive pigeon. I seen a video of And I'm not sure if you've seen it, Mike. Did you see his Instagram today?
About what?
Maybe it's good that you didn't see it yet. He asked you guys face to face, and he's kissing you in the mouth in several pictures on Instagram. Well, it's actually on his page, and it's kind of went viral today of him just stepping to you, kissing you in the mouth several times. Does stuff like that aggravate you?
I have that effect on people. You know, I have that effect on people.
Okay.
I've just never seen someone handle a pigeon.
You have pigeon flies in your family, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Is it a low budget pigeon? Or
He has no one loves him. He has no band or anything, so he doesn't belong to nobody.
Okay.
Well, he belongs to you now.
I'll feed him to my falcon.
Oh.
So that's food for your falcon?
Yeah.
This is getting interesting. What do you have to say about this fight coming up this Friday? And any words for Jake?
I'm just ready. I'm just ready. Let's go.
Jake?
Let's go. The do-si-do.
You ready to go?
Excited, man. And it's going to be a beautiful night. Amazing fights on the undercard. Amazing production. The amount of people showing up for this. The biggest stadium, the biggest platform, the biggest fighters. Doesn't get much better than this.
This is going to be an amazing spectacle this Friday on Netflix, and there's limited seats available on SeatGeek. Good luck, gentlemen.
Are you really going to feed him to your falcon?
Yeah, but I can't take it with me. There's no way I can take him.
That's fucked up, Mike.
What?
You don't feed the nigga to your falcon.
I would never do that, man. I'm just talking.
Nah, thank you. Good job, man. Yo, thank you for the opportunity, Mike. Good seeing you. Love you, man. Appreciate you. Mike, thank you, man.
Well,
pleasure meeting you, bro.
Nice to meet you. You can come with me, buddy.
The 2022 Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano sold out Madison Square Garden as they went to war. It was the most watched women's boxing event of all time. This Friday, that record's gonna get smashed as they come together for a second time. Let's bring out our two champions. Katie Taylor.
The new folding revolver by Standard Manufacturing has been officially released today. No documents or...
Amanda Serrano.
We meet again.
Ladies, welcome to MVP's Face to Face. Now, you're gonna have 30 seconds, both of you, to answer my questions, and the opponent will have 30 seconds to respond. Y'all good with that?
Sounds good. Good.
All right, let's get it. We're gonna start with you, Amanda. Do you think you deserve to win the first fight?
I believe I did. It was a close fight. You know, me and Katie went out. We did the unthinkable. We sold out Madison Square Garden. We made 7 figures for that fight, and we put on a great show. And I believe I hurt her with the bigger, harder punches, and I believe I won. But it was definitely a close fight.
And how do you respond to that?
Well, I obviously believed that I won the fight, but again, it was a phenomenal fight, and that's why we're here doing it again. It was the fight of the year, and we made history together, and we got a chance to make history together again on Friday night. This is amazing, and you always need a great dance partner. I think that the both of us really showed up the last time, and we're going to do it again on Friday night.
It's going to be nothing less than the last fight.
Okay, that's the shit I like to hear. Now, how do you think this fight, Katie, will be different from the last fight?
I mean, we're going to see, I guess, on Friday. I think the result is going to be the same. I'm very, very confident, and we're both stepping into the ring very confident, I'm sure. But the thing about these things is I'm going to say that I'm going to win the fight. She's going to say that she's going to win the fight. Sometimes I feel like these conversations are nonsense, really, but...
you're ready to get it off.
Yeah, we're
Fuck
just
all the
ready.
talking,
Yeah,
you say.
exactly.
Okay. I hear that. What do you got to say to that?
It's the truth, you know. We both going in there very confident. I'm going in there extra confident this fight because I thought I just needed just a little bit more to have get the victory in that fight. But you know, it's great to have a great dance partner like Katie Taylor. We're gonna go out there and show the world that women can fight, put on a show, and it's gonna be a great night. I think the fans are definitely the winners in this fight.
Now, a lot of people are saying this should be the main event. You know, my guy from MVP, Nikisa, said that this is the best fight on the card. But the only reason you guys are fighting before Jake and Mike is because they want people to see it. Do you think this is the best fight in the card, Amanda?
Listen, no matter where we go, me and Katie, no matter who we fight, we're one of the best, we pound for pound, best female fighters in the world. So we're going to put on a show. But honestly, it's an honor to fight under Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. I love fighting under my manager, Jake Paul, because I get to do what I have to do, and I come out and watch him fight. But it's just, it's a great opportunity for us to be showcased, women's at its finest on Netflix, and I'm excited. We're going to put on a show.
I think I just have a heart of gratitude, really, to have these sort of opportunities. I think every single fighter in the world wants to be on this card.
Okay.
And to be on the same card as Mike Tyson, I don't think anybody would have believed that. He's a legend, an icon of the sport, and to be on the same card as someone who I respect so much is absolutely huge.
Is Katie, Amanda, the best opponent you ever fought?
100%. You know, her accolades, she's a gold medalist. You know, she had over 200 amateur fights. I only had 9 amateur fights. So to go in there and do what I did the last fight, I'm super proud of myself. And yeah, she's a great fighter. She's fought great champions. She's not a 2-division undisputed champion for no reason. So Katie's definitely one of the best pound for pound.
Is she your toughest opponent?
Yeah, absolutely. The fact that we shared a ring together last time and made history together, I'm just so glad I made history with Amanda, because I feel like nobody's done what she's done in women's boxing, and a 7-weight world champion, and that's just unprecedented. I don't think any other female fighter will actually accomplish what she's accomplished. Our names are always going to be embedded together.
I know. Like, are you tired of me yet? Because I'm definitely tired of you.
Seriously.
You advocated for 3-minute rounds.
100%.
Why is the fight 2-minute rounds?
Honestly, the first fight, I wanted 12 3-minute rounds, and I was very vocal about
You was
that.
ready to get it on.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and actually after that, I had fought the 12 3-minute rounds, and I was scheduled for another 12 3-minute rounds. But when we went to negotiations with her team, you might not know, when Jordan Maldonado, which is my manager, he does his negotiations in front of me on speaker, and when he spoke to your team, it was adamant. It had to be 10-2, 10-2, 10-2. Maybe when you won your belts back, maybe we could do it 12-3.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually don't mind doing the 3-minute rounds myself. I think the 3-minute rounds actually suit the boxer more than the fighter. So I have no idea what went on in the negotiations, like you said. So I'm just signing the contract when I see it. But I think the 12 3-minute rounds would actually suit me better.
So what it sounds like from what I'm hearing is that she wanted the 3 minutes, and she basically trying to say that your management wasn't with all that. And you're saying that you had no idea that happened, or you just agreed to the 2 minutes?
I don't know what goes on in negotiations.
The most important part was that we wanted to fight each other. So I was willing. I wanted to finish my career, all my fights, fighting 12-3. But I've always said it. I know Katie, she said that she would fight the 12-3.
Yeah, I mean, I think the 3-minute rounds would suit me better, to be quite honest. But
if she wants her belts back, let's do it 12-3. We can do it.
Yeah,
do the trilogy, the 12-3, and you know, it's amazing to have a great, like you said, a great dance partner, and it's amazing to fight 12-3, to do what women can do, and you saw I did it, and we can do it again.
Absolutely, let's do it.
Well, see, but that's the thing about it. And I know we just shook on the trilogy. Would you want a trilogy if you won again?
If I won again, the only
would it make sense?
The only reason I would do the trilogy is because it's against Amanda Serrano in a 12 3-minute round fight. That would make it very, very interesting, and I would absolutely be up for that.
Hey, you see, and then it's amazing how we respect each other as fighters, and we're making history together. We're making the best money together. So, you know, why not?
I'm not mad at that. Amanda, you're the queen of the featherweight.
Yeah.
126 pounds.
Yes.
Why move up to have this fight?
So I'm a small girl, but I want to be great. I'm chasing greatness, and that's what I want to do. Fighting Katie Taylor is just that, and you know, becoming a 2-division undisputed champion, that would be amazing.
Do you think weight is at your advantage?
I think we're pretty similar size, to be honest. I'm not a natural 145 fighter neither, and I'm not the biggest 135 fighter neither. So, but I feel very comfortable at this weight, and I feel strong at this weight. So, whatever. Yeah.
So Clarissa Shields actually challenged both you females to see who's the best women's fighter on earth. What do you have to say about that, Katie?
Well, I have a fight to focus on Friday night, first of all, so let's get this fight out of the way first. But she's way too big to be calling out us, to be honest, if there's a huge weight discrepancy there. But we are the type of fighter who will get a step in the ring with anybody, so yeah.
I don't understand how they can be just more than one great. You know, we're all great in our own ways. We all bring different things to the women's boxing. We're bringing more eyes to the sport of women's boxing, and I'm just proud to always have been in the top 3 pound for pound.
Absolutely, she's fantastic. Clarissa is. What she's done for the sport is amazing, and she is between myself, Clarissa, Amanda. Who knows who the best pound for pound fighter is in the world? It's also subjective anyway.
Exactly.
People have their own opinions. So and it's the same with men's boxing as well. Who's the best pound for pound men's boxer? Nobody really knows. So, but it's great to be in the conversation.
Yeah, 100%.
I got you. Katie, why do you win this fight Friday night?
I believe I'm just a better fighter, and the best of me always beats the best of Amanda.
Okay, and Amanda, why do you win this fight Friday?
Fighting Katie Taylor is always a great opportunity, but honestly, I believe I'm more focused in this fight. Thank you for making that motivation, giving me that motivation to wake up every morning to go run, to go fight, to go spar, because you bring that out of me, and I'm in the best shape, and you're going to see that come Friday night.
Katie, what do you think about the Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight? Who wins that fight?
It's a tricky one to call. I'm obviously going for Mike Tyson because of the respect that I have for him as a fighter. I have nothing against Jake Paul. I think what he's done for himself and Amanda has been amazing.
For now for you.
Sorry?
I said now for you.
Yeah.
Giving us this platform.
Absolutely, I said for me and you.
Oh,
yeah, but I just feel like Mike Tyson is such a legend of the sport, an icon of the sport, and I just don't want to see him getting beaten. I just have so much respect for him as a fighter, and he's loved in the sport of boxing because of what he's done for the sport, and he was known as one time as the baddest man on the planet.
Yeah.
Just the aura that he has stepping into the ring, just an amazing fighter, an amazing mindset, and I just really have so much respect for him.
Are you going to pick Jake Paul to win this fight?
Obviously.
And not, okay, duh, like we kind of figured that. Why does Jake Paul win this fight?
No, listen, like she said, Mike Tyson is Mike Tyson. You know, he's an icon, and especially me being a Brooklynite just like him, it's truly an honor to be on this undercard. When he retired, I mean, when I started fighting, he had been retired, so who would have known I'm fighting on the undercard of Mike Tyson? So it's just a great honor. But Jake he's young, he's hungry, he's powerful, he's determined to go out there and show the boxing world that, you know, he belongs here.
Jake Paul, Amanda, Katie, Mike. Now let's ask the question here. What if Jake Paul beats Mike Tyson?
Yeah, I think it's actually a lose-lose situation for Jake, really. If he beats Mike Tyson, he's not going to really get the credit for it because he's so much younger than Mike, and he's young, he's a great athlete, Jake Paul is, so I don't think he's going to get any credit for it. He just beat an older fighter. And then if he loses to him...
So you're basically saying it's a catch-22. Jake Paul doesn't win or lose, when he doesn't have any wins, whether he wins or loses?
I think so, yeah.
It's still Mike Tyson. We can't do that. It's Mike Tyson.
Just to go in there and be face-to-face with Mike Tyson. I shook the last press conference in Dallas. I shook his hand. I was like, Jesus Christ, this guy is still strong, has a big... Yeah. I'm just for Jake in the beginning of his career, to go out there and just face Mike Tyson, to get punched in the face by Mike Tyson. That says a lot about Jake. And if he wins, it's just on to the next one. You know, he's on his journey to becoming a world champion, and he's going to do what he has to do to achieve that goal. Final words to Katie before the fight this Friday? No, just thank you for this opportunity. Hold on to those belts for a little longer, because they're coming back home to Puerto Rico.
You got a couple days left with them? That's it?
Yes, no, but it's always a great honor to go in there with you, and I'm excited to put on a show like we always do, and, you know, let's do the show like we always do.
Absolutely. And I'm saying the same. Always a pleasure to share the ring with such a great champion. And the last time was a fight a year. I can only imagine that this Friday is going to be even better than the last time.
Yep.
And may the best fighter win.
This face-to-face was brought to you by Most Valuable Promotions. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. Free on Netflix. Friday, November 15th. The most talked about boxing event in recent history.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the two men atop the bill for tomorrow night, live worldwide on Netflix from AT&T Stadium. Two eras collide, youth versus experience, raw ambition versus proven dominance. One night, one ring. This is the showdown the world has been waiting for. Introducing first to the scales, fighting out of the blue corner. He holds a near-perfect professional record of 10 victories versus just 1 defeat, with 7 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And he fights out of Dorado, Puerto Rico, by way of Cleveland, Ohio, USA. He is the multi-talented superstar who has taken the world of boxing by storm. He has defeated world champions. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the problem child, Jake El Gallo Paul.
Most follow boxer, the most viral KOs, period.
I'm truly going to show the world that I outboxed Mike Tyson.
Crazy.
They say he's the baddest man on the planet, so let's find out.
Looking to end it right here, right now. The new king of violence, and his name is Jake Paul.
Official weight, 227.2 pounds for El Gallo, Jake Paul. Texas, are you ready for Mike? It is my honor to introduce, fighting out of the red corner tomorrow night. He holds a professional record of 50 victories versus just 6 losses, with 44 of those wins coming by way of knockout and 22 of those knockouts coming within the very first round. Fighting out of Brownsville and the Catskills, New York, ladies and gentlemen, the former lineal heavyweight champion and the former undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, ladies and gentlemen, Iron Mike Tyson.
It was good while it lasted for Jake.
The most brutal, the most vicious, the most ruthless champion. Official weight, 228.4 pounds for Iron Mike Tyson. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, the stage is set. Our main event tomorrow night, live on Netflix. El Gallo Jake Paul versus the returning of Iron Mike Tyson.
Can I get a quick word with Mike? Can I get a quick word with Mike? Real quick. Mike, just a quick word for you, if I may, for the people at home who want to hear from you. Can I get a quick word? Just a sec, all right? Okay, no problem, no problem. We'll get a quick word with Mike here in a moment. He's making his way over, the legend, the pride of Brownsville. Mike, can I ask? The world is excited to see you one last time, perhaps. Can you just tell us the emotions, the thoughts that are going through your mind right now?
Talking's over.
Why did you push him there? All right, that's it. That's it for Mike Tyson. He walks away. Jake, he says the talk is over. You just felt his power. What did that feel like, and why did he do that to you?
I didn't even feel it. He's angry. He's an angry little elf. Mike Tyson, I thought that was a cute slap, buddy, but tomorrow you're getting knocked the fuck out. I'm fucking him up, Ariel. I'm fucking him up. He hits like a bitch. It's personal now. It's personal now. He must die.
Everyone, one last time. There he is. The problem child turned El Gallo, Jake Paul.
Well, the first thing we need to do is really get the team assembled. Really, what we're looking for inside of the organization is not just the process owners and the people with a deep process knowledge of your business, but really,
you're now tuned into
Mike Tyson, what he does is two-dimensional. He's going to come at you, trying to knock you out. Now, you got to try and stay away from him, stay away from his power. I seen him working out the other day, and he throws some good combinations. So those 6-punch combinations, he has to make sure, I'm talking Jake Paul, make sure that he's not in the way of those punches.
I think Jake Paul, shout out to Jake Paul. He's a great guy. He's very dedicated to the sport. So I think he knows what it takes to be Mike Tyson. But Mike Tyson's always Mike Tyson. Like you said, people don't have a plan until they get punched in the face. So
boxing experts are divided on the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight. While Tyson's strength and experience remain his main assets, his age could limit his endurance. Roy Jones Jr., who sparred with Tyson in 2020, believes his strength is still unparalleled, whereas younger fighters like Ryan Garcia think Jake Paul has an edge in stamina and may survive longer rounds.
What do you make of Jake Paul as a boxer?
He's a good little fighter, you know, but he only has 10 fights. That's considered an amateur in our field.
A novice boxer, absolutely. And with that in mind, I mean, you are famous for saying that everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. What are you anticipating when you punch this young man in the mouth?
I see him running around, and I have to catch him.
Nice left hook. Up.
Was good for today.
Yeah.
I truly believe.
You sure?
Yeah, me
yes.
too.
Sure?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. You sure? Yeah. Put me to right?
Let's do this.
You did great.
We're done.
You sure?
Yes. Trust me.
I got a lot in me. Just getting started.
If Jake Paul were to knock down Mike Tyson, the reaction could indeed be polarizing, impacting both his career and public perception. On the one hand, defeating a boxing legend, even at an advanced age, would add credibility to Paul's skill and determination, elevating his profile in the boxing world. It would signify that he's capable of competing with someone of Tyson's stature, and for many fans, it could underscore his seriousness about the sport. This win might expand his fan base and attract higher profile fights, as people might start viewing him as a more legitimate contender in boxing rather than as just an internet celebrity.
I don't know how I feel about it. Is it going to be like the Roy Jones, like a glorified sparring match? I don't know what it does for Jake. Like, Jake, if you knock out the biggest legend in boxing of all time, do we think the hate goes up or down? You know, so I don't get the upside for Jake in this.
Gene Kilroy, a close friend of Tyson, has expressed pride in how Tyson has readied himself for this fight, especially after decades away from competitive boxing. Kilroy's comments reflect the sheer dedication Tyson still has for the sport, showing that his training is not just a nostalgic return, but a serious commitment to his former world-class form.
Yeah, the strongest I've ever, and I know you since you're 13. I think this impressed the shit out of me. Nothing impresses me. You know, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't lie. I was worried about him traveling here, traveling there. He's not getting. I can sleep now at night. This is great.
My mother died when I was 16. I wonder if she came back alive, would she know who I am?
What's that?
My mother died at 16. If she came back alive, I wonder if she recognized me.
Yeah, she would. She would.
Yeah. Difference between wisdom and knowledge. Knowledge is knowing. Wisdom is doing.
Yeah.
You know it, but I don't know. But
here's what I say. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow's a mystery. Now I tell people. Today is a gift. Listen to me. The present. You can have kids. They can love you, but they can f*** up. But if they respect you, they don't f*** up. Respect is everything. I don't want people to love me, respect me. And I say people get jealous of you.
Joe Egan, a former sparring partner and close friend, shared stories that emphasize Tyson's unmatched power and speed, especially during his youth. Egan's reflections on Tyson's prime years serve as a reminder of the talent Tyson possessed and hint that even at an older age, Tyson could bring significant danger to the ring.
But I was so relaxed. Next when I look into the ring, and Mike's pacing the ring and his shirt off. His body, his physique was incredible. His biceps, his chest, his neck. Incredible. I hadn't seen him stripped to the waist. Yeah. And I'm looking, I'm thinking, that's not the same 17-year-old boy I met yesterday. That's not the same 17-year-old boy I ran with this morning. That's not the same 17-year-old boy I sat next to on the minibus getting here. Yeah. Then Cuss pointed to one of the big men to get in. He was knocked spark out. I tell people, I say it all the time, I ruined a good pair of underpants at that moment in time. I shit myself. There's no way a 17-year-old should have that power. He knocked a couple more out. I got in, I got battered for 3 minutes, got out. A couple more, got in. Then I was back in again. I'd done 6 minutes with him that day. But the madness in me, George, because I do believe fighters have to have a little bit of madness in them. Because I took some serious punishment off that man over 2 years. He made me cry so many times. But psychologically, I believed if I could take Mike Tyson's punishment, I could take anybody's punishment. Because He was such a power puncher. He used to speak to my mum on the phone regular. Oh, Mrs. Egan, chatting away, and she'd say to him, "Oh, Mike, thank you so much for looking after my son." But he was minding me as well.
Yeah.
Even though he was battering me, he was minding me. I remember one time when Sugar Ray Leonard came to the gym. He came to the gym on 2 occasions while I was there. And Mike wanted to impress Ray Leonard because he was an awe of Sugar Ray Leonard, like a lot of fighters are.
Yeah.
And Mike savagely beat his sparring partners this day.
Tyson's bout against Roy Jones Jr. in 2020 gave fans a glimpse of his potential, even in retirement. Jones Jr. mentioned that Tyson's strength was unparalleled, noting how Tyson's punches still packed intense power despite their age difference. While this bout didn't involve full contact fighting, it served as a testament that Tyson's core strength and explosive power are intact.
I think you... What did you tell me? What happened when you did the exhibition? What did you feel about Tyson when you did the exhibition with Tyson?
Mike Tyson's still the strongest puncher that I've ever been in the ring with, ever. At 55 at the time, now I think he's 57, about to be 58. He's still the strongest puncher I've ever been in the ring with. First time he hit me in my chest, I feel like a mule had kicked me in my chest. So if he hits anybody on the chin with a shot like that, they're going either out or they're going down, especially guys that are not used to being hit like that. You know what I'm saying? With the exception of people like Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, these guys are bigger and they can take it, but Jake Paul, I don't think he's going to be able to take that. It might hit him on the chin like that. We'll see, but it's going to be tough.
Do you think that Mike Tyson was going all out with you, or do you think that he was like a sparring session? I'm noticing hard.
I think he went all out to the body. I don't think they went. They told us we better not be out there trying to take each other's head off or they're going to stop. So you couldn't go all out to the head, but to the body you could. And to the body, he was throwing some vicious body shot.
Wow. So
yeah.
Searching for a trusted U.S. MT5 broker? Discover Forex.com.
So Jake, I just seen Jake yesterday, and he was 230 pounds. He looked kind of big. Yeah, he was 230, right? I was like, damn, you big.
Well,
like, really
big. That can make it interesting then.
So, and then he said that he feels as fast.
Joe Rogan, a longtime admirer of Tyson's career, described his physique as terrifying. Rogan noted Tyson's powerful build and intense training regimen.
That Jake Paul would survive against the Mike Tyson that beat Marvis Frazier. You ever watch that fight?
Yeah.
That's my favorite Mike Tyson fight, because that was Mike Tyson before he won the title. It was ABC Wide World of Sports, and Joe Frazier had been talking about Tyson, that if he was in his prime, he'd beat Tyson. And so he had his son fight Tyson, and it was an execution. It was an execution.
Is that the one in Atlantic City where it lasted one round?
One round. Hey, let's watch it, because it's one of my favorite fights to watch Tyson, because it's Tyson in his prime where he was terrifying. He was so fast, and he would do angles, and he was bobbing and weaving. You couldn't hit him, and he was just coming at you. He was young. He was 20 years old at the time. He couldn't be stopped. No one had the solution. And I submit that Mike Tyson, the Mike Tyson that won the title against Trevor Berbick, the Mike Tyson that beat Larry Holmes, I think that Mike Tyson is the best heavyweight of all time. I don't think anybody fucks with him. He didn't maintain that form, and he wound up losing to Buster Douglas. And I look at fighters when they're in their absolute prime, like what have you ever seen that was better than this? And with Mike Tyson, I've never seen anybody better. I've never seen any fighter, even Ali in his prime, even Ali when he was Cassius Clay. I never saw anybody who looked like Mike Tyson in his prime.
His confidence in Tyson's physical state gives some fans reason to believe that Tyson's conditioning might withstand the challenge, even against a younger opponent like Paul.
It just puts him away. It's an execution. It was just a matter of Mike Tyson closing the distance. This Mike Tyson, as fast as he was, as hard as he hits, I maintain he's the greatest.
Yeah.
The greatest heavyweight ever. Like that Mike Tyson, those fights were... You wanted to see executions. You didn't think anybody was going to beat him. Everybody he fought looked like they were about to die when they were in that ring.
The clash between Jake Paul, a YouTube star turned boxer, and Tyson has generated massive attention. The spectacle aspect, mixing Paul's social media popularity with Tyson's legendary status, has fans curious to see how each fighter will fare in the ring. It's a rare crossover that has both traditional boxing fans and newer audiences talking.
I'm going to do my talk, and I'm going to talk my but I'm ready to fight.
Your tummy hurt? Your tummy hurt still?
I feel a lot better now.
I love Mike. I respect him, but we're not friends anymore. Until November 15th, I'm knocking this out, and we're going to see who's dead. We will see who's dead. We will see who's dead, Mike. We will. We will. They'll never give me credit. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. If I was walking on water, they would say it's because I couldn't swim.
I'm gonna you up. Come up.
I know all of these things. He has one punch knockout power. He's the greatest heavyweight of all time. On November 15th, all the haters wrong. All of these YouTuber hillbillies wrong.
Yeah, here we go.
Andrew Tate, a controversial internet personality and former kickboxer, voiced concerns over Tyson's age. He stated that it would feel disrespectful to fight Tyson, as Tyson's legacy and age difference place him in a distinct category. Tate's comments underscore the ethical debate surrounding pitting a younger fighter against a former champion well past his competitive prime.
Would you fight Mike Tyson? Again, no, because he's now old. And I would be an absolutely tragic shame to knock out an old version of his prime self. That doesn't feel fair, you know? Prime Tyson would have ripped me apart in a boxing match. It's his rule set, and he was Mike Tyson. He would have beaten me, so to beat him when he's past his prime just feels dishonorable, and I'd feel dirty for doing that. So there's no amount of money on the planet that could convince me to fight.
Tyson's training clips have been widely shared online, showing him in action with impressive speed and agility. These videos have fueled fans' excitement and confidence in Tyson's form, though some still question if his fitness can hold up over an entire match. His drills emphasize footwork, power, and agility, traits that could make him unpredictable in the ring, even at his age.
Yes, sir. That's the one.
Former heavyweight champion Shannon Briggs has praised Tyson's unwavering dedication. Briggs's admiration for Tyson's tenacity serves as a reminder that Tyson's preparation is not merely for show. His work ethic and legacy as a disciplined fighter are strong motivations as he faces Paul.
There's got to be one thing that really separates him from the pack as boxers, not from fans.
I mean, just speed for us. If somebody's so fast that when you go to punch and they beat you to the punch, or it's dangerous. And he was just ferocious. I think a lot of times too, the fear factor going into a fight with a guy like that, nobody has seen a guy like that to that point. Here he not really fighting left-handed. He going both ways. You know what I'm saying? He was squaring up. He was doing things that you really it's hard to train for. So he was just so dangerous.
Young boxing star Ryan Garcia, recognizing the entertainment value of the fight, called it awesome, but expressed concern over the unpredictability of the outcome. Garcia's mixed feelings echo many fans' concerns. While the event could be spectacular, Tyson's advanced age and Paul's unconventional fighting style add risk.
I like Jake. That's it.
You think he's doing a good job?
Yes.
What do you think about the Tyson fight that he just announced?
That's awesome. Fuck yeah, dude. Try to fight Tyson. If he knocks you out, but at least you fought Tyson. That's cool.
At this point, I think Tyson's 58, right?
Well, that's not okay. He's like 60 years old. But
how much of his power you think he lost? You think it's still Mike Tyson?
I think like that's the last thing to go.
Many boxing analysts suggest that Jake Paul faces a high reputational risk in fighting Tyson. While Paul has built his career by taking on high-profile bouts with personalities from other sports, fighting Tyson, regardless of the outcome, poses potential career pitfalls. Losing to Tyson, despite the age gap, could negatively impact Paul's credibility as a boxer.
Jake Paul is going to lose this fight even if he wins. And this fight might somehow be the worst decision of his career. Now, there's a lot of people that already think Jake Paul fixes his fights. Even Rampage Jackson says he doesn't think the knockouts look legit. Fans also claim it. Patty Pimblett, I don't know who the hell that is, but they said it as well. Basically, everyone's sentiment is if Jake Paul wins, he fixed the fight. Now, Jake has already been criticized a lot because he fights people who are UFC fighters instead of boxers. He brings people out of retirement. And honestly, just personally, when I watched the Floyd Mayweather fight, I felt like Floyd took it easy on him, and I've never felt that way watching any of his fights. Mayweather didn't even hold back against his own wife. The reason that Jake Paul's going to lose either way is because if he loses, obviously he lost, but if he wins, everyone's going to think this was fixed. I mean, I'm not just a Mike Tyson fan. I don't like Mike Tyson. But there's no denying that the man is an absolute beast and one of the best boxers of all time. And this just got sanctioned, and word on is that Jake criticized Mike's daughter who passed away. So Mike is the preferred choice. He also has the anger of Jake talking about this. He also says he wants to punish him for what he's done to boxing. and this is going to count on his fight record. I think he's going to absolutely go to town on him. And if Tyson doesn't beat him, then it will seem like it's fake. And I think another big reason people are wondering if this is real is because Logan's doing WWF right now. But honestly, if Jake Paul wins, I do personally think the thing was rigged.
Experts have cautioned that underestimating Tyson would be a grave error. Though his age might suggest he's past his peak, Tyson's skill set and aggression remain significant. Some argue that Tyson could use his mental and technical edge to counterbalance Paul's youth and stamina.
Because we all know how much of a beast Tyson is still at this age, but I don't see him winning this fight. Not because I don't think Tyson's capable, because obviously I know he is, but I don't think Jake Paul is dumb enough to sign up for a fight where the rules and the odds are against him. Like, it doesn't make sense. And as much as I hate to say it, man, Jake works hard and he looks good. And another thing, if I'm being honest, man, my heart can't take seeing another legend get dropped, bro. I just can't take it. Now, this feels like a movie plot, but I can't put my finger on it. Who you got winning this fight, man?
Despite Tyson's natural talent and training, analysts recognize the unpredictability that age brings. Tyson's age, 58, poses a risk, and no matter his past conditioning, stamina and recovery are expected to play a major role.
Okay, so the news is out that Jake Paul is going to fight Mike Tyson. Now, for you young people out there who have never actually watched a Mike Tyson fight, I invite you to go onto YouTube and watch some of his fights. Mike Tyson is the hardest hitting puncher that I ever saw. Now, you guys are used to UFC, you're not used to watching boxing, but Tyson would destroy people in like seconds. You've never seen somebody hit so hard. And this guy is a poser, and I don't care if Tyson's in his 50s, he is going to destroy him, and it is not even going to be close. He should definitely think twice about doing this fight, because unless Tyson's just agreed to throw the fight, this is going to be so ugly that he may never fight again, and he may need a full set of teeth because he may not have any after this fight. But I'm going to be watching it on Netflix for sure, so we'll see what happens.
These factors may limit his performance in a match that could stretch to multiple rounds.
All right, so Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson has officially been ruled as a professionally sanctioned bout, meaning this will not be an exhibition match, and this match will be recorded on both of these fighters' pro records. There were many speculations that the Texas Athletic Commission would not sanction this fight as a pro fight because of Tyson's age and just the other factors including, but they have decided to sanction this fight, and this will count on their pro records. So here are the rules that we know of the fight. The result will be, again, as I said, will be on their official records. Knockouts are permitted. The fight will consist of 8 2-minute rounds. And then fighters will wear 14-ounce gloves, but there will be no headgear. So, 2 minutes just because of Tyson's age. I mean, let's be honest, he's not going to be able to go past 3 or 4 minutes each round. I mean, he just can't. He's 58. Like, let's be honest here. But yeah, the whole narrative before this was, oh, it's just going to be another exhibition, just like Roy Jones Jr. Tyson's going to go in there, he's going to go play with him, and that's how it's going to end. It's going to end, it's an exhibition, so it'll just end as a draw or whatever. But this is not a draw, meaning Mike Tyson, if he does lose this fight, this will count on his record, and I don't think he wants a loss to Jake Paul on his record. What do you guys think about this, though? It's going to be a crazy fight.
One striking aspect of this sanctioned bout is that it will not involve headgear. This decision intensifies the potential for injury and might advantage Paul due to his youth and recent activity in the ring. Tyson, having trained without headgear in his youth, will likely approach this as a crucial contest, raising the stakes for both fighters.
Okay, more boxing. Here's some big news, something me and my followers were talking with in my TikTok lives. Boxing news. No headgear confirmed for Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. The forthcoming clash between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson in Texas on July 20th will not include headgear. There it is. There's been speculation. We've been talking about it, but there will be no headgear for this fight. You know how we're going back and forth, like why would Jake Paul need headgear when Mike Tyson's 57 years old? Blah, blah, blah. Well, here we go. We haven't confirmed. No headgear. My question to y'all is, can a 57-year-old Mike Tyson beat a younger Jake Paul? I think that's the question on all of our minds. We know Mike Tyson, the classic kid out of the 1980s. His nickname, Kid Dynamite, for all the knockouts Mike Tyson has. And it's clear Mike Tyson still has power, but how long can he keep that power up, and how much energy does he have left? So for my followers, I want to know, what do you think will be the outcome of this fight? Who do you think is going to win? And do you think Mike Tyson has enough in the tank, even though he looks intimidating? Because Mike Tyson still looks scary, bro. I wouldn't want to fight Mike Tyson, but do you think he still has what it takes to take this guy out? Jake Paul, let me know in the comments.
Joe Rogan, who follows Tyson's career closely, believes Tyson is focused and well-prepared, seeing the age gap not as a hindrance, but as a testament to Tyson's resilience. Rogan's confidence in Tyson's physical and mental readiness highlights how determined Tyson is to make this a memorable bout, regardless of his opponent's youth.
What's your take on this Tyson thing?
I don't generally like the idea of 58-year-old men fighting. Your reflex is going to be slower, you can't take shots as much, and then you see him hit the pads, and you go, Jesus Christ, man. I mean, this is still terrifying. He still has the ability to deliver those punches, and if any one of those hits anybody, they're There's a video of Tyson hitting the bag as a 19-year-old, and he's throwing these combinations like... And he's 210 pounds. It's insane to watch. He was so fast. And that was a big factor in his success. He does not have that kind of speed anymore, but he's still fast. He's not slow.
Jake Paul has shared that he felt Tyson's punches firsthand and described them as feeling like a mule kick. Paul's acknowledgement of Tyson's power shows his awareness of Tyson's strengths, though it also suggests that Paul is ready to face whatever Tyson throws.
Yo, when you see Mike Tyson hitting them pads, you get a little nervous.
Yeah.
Bro was running at lightning speed today.
He definitely is looking like a animal. I will say people are underestimating me though, because when I go to his comments, they're just saying like, if Mike loses, then fighting is rigged, because they see how good he looks on the mitts.
I can see it watching from the sides when you have fought everyone else, where they all go, holy shit, this YouTuber hits much harder than I thought he did. And you can see it change in their eyes. I'm not sure Mike will have that moment. Contrary to your belief, I think Mike is not underestimating you.
In a recent interview with Joe Rogan, Tyson opened up about his DMT experience, which renewed his motivation for training and boxing. The experience, he shared, reminded him of his purpose and reignited his passion for life and fighting. For Tyson, this fight isn't just a comeback. It's a continuation of a journey he believes he's still on.
Because you talked to me on the podcast before, the first time you came on, and you said, I can't even work out. Because if I work out, my ego will get excited.
But I did this toad, and this toad, I said, you gotta do it. They said, you have to do it.
The toad told you.
You have to
The DMT told you time to fight.
You have to do it.
Wow.
I lost the weight. And it started off with me at first fighting Bob Sapp at first.
That's right. The K1 event. I was there for that. I was there live.
No, but I was gonna fight.
Yeah,
that was gonna be the first
you
fight.
got in the ring with him, you said Marcus of Queensberry rules.
Yeah, but listen, the fight I fought with Roy Jones was supposed to be with Bob Sapp.
Oh, really? Oh, no kidding.
Hell yeah. I wouldn't have to chase this guy all around. So next thing you know, Roy Jones got involved, and other fighters, Holyfield got involved, and then it turned into a fiasco. And then the young guy, Jake Paul, he got involved then, and that's how the birth of Jake Paul became.
When you get challenged by someone who's a guy like a Jake Paul, does that piss you off? Is it part of it that's just like
No, it doesn't. I think it's awesome.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.
Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Oh my God.
The baddest man on the planet, Mike Tyson.
Hardest hitting puncher that I ever saw.
Mike Tyson still has speed, and he definitely has some power.
Jake Paul is going to lose.
I think he might be making a mistake.
The worst decision of his career.
Mike Tyson's always Mike Tyson. Like you said, people have a plan until they get punched in the face.
But when did this whole thing start?
The thing that initially kicked this fight off was me taking ayahuasca about 2.5 years ago and seeing a vision of me and Mike Tyson fighting. It was certainly gonna happen. Like, I could feel it in my bones. I could see the TV I saw the next day how many millions of kids went to boxing gyms, and I saw that the next Mike Tyson was birthed out of this event. And 2023, when Most Valuable Promotions, Nikisa and I start conversations with Netflix, and they wanted to do their first ever fight, the goal was to get a massive opponent. And eventually, it made sense.
Jake's camp has been going absolutely amazing. I went at least 2 to 3 weeks of aerobic type training to be transitioned into really hyper-focused on the anaerobic lactic side, meaning that fast, explosive, working on those energy systems, making them really strong. We went even longer in a baseline phase of things. We went 4 weeks of baseline straight first.
Him fighting the 2-minute round, what I had to do was start him off with 3-minute rounds first, you know, just get him in that shape, and that's the longevity part of it.
I'm like doing a squat. Like hold him up. You can't go like this.
Then I switched everything to 2-minute rounds, 30-second rest. And now he sees how fast everything goes. He's bigger, but he still moves like he is 168 pounds. That's a heavyweight's nightmare.
He'll be carrying a lot more weight than he normally does, but just getting comfortable with it. And also, we brought in a lot of big guys to hit on Jake to give him that heavyweight aspect.
How is the sparring been this camp?
Get out the wagon, what is you saying? Cause I am the playing it. This isn't back in the day again.
It's been good. Mikey. Better watch out, buddy. Don't charge at me, buddy. I got dynamite.
He's dominated from day one with heavyweights, and I don't mean just random heavyweights. I mean heavyweights that are ranked in the top 25, if not top 15 in the world, and he's dominating them.
Just putting a game plan together, putting his speed to it. His IQ is just growing rapidly. So just making everything sync together is what we've been working on.
God damn. I'm gonna make history on the biggest streaming platform, Netflix, in front of the whole world. Everyone's doubting me. Everyone's saying Mike looks like a beast, and he does, but I'm fueled by Celsius. I'm fueled by heart. Cheers to that. Drink Celsius. I'm about to fuck this boy up.
Mike Tyson
is an icon. If you're ever part of boxing, you want to be part of some of the largest fights in history. For me, at that time, it was Mike Tyson. He was coming up. And I was like, okay, I will either like to be with Mike or across the ring from Mike. Yeah, I'm across the ring. And I think I like that more.
Mike Tyson's the best heavyweight of all time. I don't think anybody fucks with him.
Tyson is going to bring Mike Tyson. And that's something I've been seeing since I was watching Mike Tyson when I was maybe about 15 years old. But nothing different. It's the same Tyson.
Mike is still Mike.
He definitely scares me because I know the mental places he's gone to. I know he's a killer. I know how determined he is.
When you're dealing with a guy like Mike, Mike's gonna bring it from the bell. He is not going to wait. He's gonna charge Jake with everything that he has.
I think this is a very dangerous fight for Paul.
I know how much this fight means to him. He sees this as the cherry on top of his career.
On my fight with Roy Jones, I allowed him to fight on the card, and I decided I started him, and I'm going to finish him.
And that he could end in the dopest way possible by taking out the most famous boxer of current times that's disrupting the whole sport.
Can you take the punches? It's one thing to hit someone. It's another thing for another man to hit you and have real power and hurt you. Can you deal with that for 8 rounds? That's the difference. Can you endure it? And we're gonna find out.
This fight means everything in the world to me and more. It's the moment to show the world who I truly am, because there's been all these misunderstandings, misconceptions.
Jake definitely gets a lot of hate for whatever reason they feel like they need to hate him on. In my opinion, I think most of the hate comes from a place of jealousy. But I can also understand the fact that there's some reflection on yourself, because you see a guy who didn't come from this sport, but give more to the sport than 99% of the people that are in the sport.
Don't always look at the hate as a bad thing. It's something that people are supposed to do. What if we didn't have that? What if everybody liked everything that Jake did? Maybe this shit wouldn't be as fun as it is, proving people wrong time and time again. It might be boring. Maybe we wouldn't be doing this. Jake has went from a young man doing some crazy shit on camera to being really a lifestyle, a brand, starting businesses, helping boxers, helping female boxers, bringing more eyes to the sport, more money to the sport, changing the game. What is it not to like?
So that being said, you got a guy who's always giving, a guy who's always bringing more love and more attention. Yeah, I can understand why they would hate, because it makes you have to reflect on yourself and say what you're not doing. I understand that. And as long as Jake continues to be Jake and keeps giving and keeps growing and keeps building, he'll always get that.
You gotta bite down though. Right now, work. 10 seconds now. That's it, work. He don't get no break. He trying to hit you. It's the other way around. Let him have it. Short, fast, quick. Hold up.
It's hard to be passionate about what you do if you're not passionate about the person that's in front of you. When you're able to rub elbows with people who are as passionate as you are, you can never replace that with anything else in life. And there's no feeling like that. So when we step in there, yeah, we have somewhat of a Superman syndrome, where we feel like we can't be beat. Why? Because everybody in our team feel like we can't be the beat.
This is your life. Make it sharp, baby. Yeah. Nobody gets to take this away from you. You work too damn hard to be here.
We feel like we're the best at what we do, and no one can stop us, no matter what you do.
Get that line and come on back with it. Get that line and work. Finish that. That's what I'm talking about. All the way Let me see your
Let's go, champ. Come on.
That's it. Hold on to that. He don't get no break. 3, 2, 1, now! There you go.
The question is, are you ready? That's the question. Because we will be. I promise you that.
The face of boxing.
Praise the face of boxing.
Fans have been searching for the next big thing. Someone to fill the massive shoes of legends like Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson.
How do we truly determine the face of boxing?
Here we are. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson.
The face of boxing needs to be larger than the sport.
You talk about Netflix having the largest sporting event in history. You do not want to miss this. 2 of the largest symbols in boxing history competing against each other.
The face of boxing transcended the sport.
The face of boxing.
A cultural icon.
It needs to draw in new fans. It needs to disrupt what was a dying sport.
This will be the biggest combat sports shows, spectacles ever.
You know, they say that it's bigger than a Super Bowl. I believe that the whole world will be tuning in. It's gonna be one night to remember.
It needs to knock people the fuck out. That's what people want. It needs to be entertaining. It needs to be raw.
He's got a lot more to lose than Tyson.
Mike Tyson still looks scary, bro.
Mike Tyson.
I wouldn't want to fight Mike Tyson.
He is going to destroy him, and it is not even going to be close.
I'm going back to Dallas. I fought there. I remember, that was fucking insane. That whole walk to the arena was so long because that place is so huge.
The face of boxing.
If I had to say who is the face of boxing now, I think the face of boxing
has to transcend boxing.
Jake Paul is the face of boxing.
coming to get it and pushing the limits. You better pray we ain't come to play. Went on a mission, you tunnel your vision. Now I can't hear what a hater say. Didn't believe they didn't need. Now they can see what time it is. Infinity, now you can see high in the hills where I'm trying to live.
Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano, in so many people's opinions, Amanda Serrano won that fight, including in my opinion. That makes this one of the most anticipated rematches in modern boxing history. Yeah, we're throwing the biggest event boxing's ever seen.
You don't want to miss this, because this is only going to be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And if you have Netflix, you get to watch it for free. Free. No pay-per-view, no paying $20, for free with your normal subscription.
Be there, be square. This is it. The most watched event ever.
Again, a major part of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it is to show others that they should fucking believe in themselves and think of the craziest goal possible. And even if they haven't done that thing a day in their lives, they can become the best in the world at it.
I just came up with a crazy idea. Do you think I could beat Mike Tyson?
Fuck no.
No? Fuck. Like not even a year from now?
Yo, Mike Tyson just got shit he know how to do, bro.
He's just a dog.
Yeah. Like,
bro, I was just thinking Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Yep. That would be hilarious.
And so that's what I want people to take away.
Well, I don't think Jake Paul can hurt Mike Tyson. That's what I think. I think, Mike Tyson's going to go in there. He basically has to catch up to Jake Paul because Jake Paul is not going to be there and trying to get hit by Mike Tyson. So Mike Tyson really knows how to break down opponents, and I think the fight with Jake Paul is going to try and break him down and take him out.
Okay. And you're happily retired, yes?
I'm happy.
Have you had offers?
Yeah, I have, but they haven't been serious enough.
If they was serious, you're indicating that... I'm not trying to clickbait you here, Lennox, honestly, but you've had offers, but you don't think they're serious enough for you to think about them?
I don't think they're serious enough for me to really break down. And for me to get back in the ring, I would have to be training for like at least 3 years more to catch back up.
3 years?
Yeah, it would take me 3 years to catch back up to what I've lost.
So you'd be what, 50 what then?
Good one. Good one.
Listen, you're doing the right thing, whatever you're doing. Yeah. And your name's etched in world boxing history. So, yeah, maybe. Leave it there, maybe?
Yeah,
maybe.
I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there.
His head is up when he's punching.
same thing. Yeah. 1, 2. There you go. Good.
If everything was easy and it was just a cupcake walk to the top, it's not beautiful that way. I'm ready. I'm gonna upset the world.
There's a fundamental difference between me and Jake. He's a manufactured killer. Television and papers made him a killer. He's manufactured. I'm a natural-born killer. That's the difference.
Or I really hated someone. Now
it's just completely different. Now I'm just on a path to world champion. You know, I've made the money, I've knocked people out, I've earned the respect, I've been on the covers of magazines, I've created records and history and won knockout of the year. So now it's more for me and to prove to young kids what is possible when you really set your mind to something. And that's more so what I'm focused on. So it's definitely not as exciting, and there's not as much glitz and glamour around it anymore. And it's, I would say, more so just the hardest camp. Just sparring 300-pound guys back to back and doing the jogs, you know, weighing 220 pounds. All the miles, all the work at the track is a lot more difficult than running around weighing 205 pounds. So this is definitely the hardest I've pushed myself mentally.
The time has come. Two larger-than-life legends collide.
People don't realize how much is sacrificed in the camp, and Jake sacrificed a lot to get ready for the last fight, on top of releasing the new brand W, and so he needed a break. And so we took a month off, got right back in there, and now we're getting ready for Mike. And we're not as heavy as we were before, which is a plus for us. I didn't want us to go back up, but you can guarantee he's gonna be ready to fight night.
Mike's a cold-blooded assassin. He's a machine.
Uppercut cross. There you go.
And Jake has not come up against that. It's a dark place in there, that ring. A lot of things can happen.
Mike is the baddest man on the planet. Raphael is the baddest trainer on the planet.
You can see. You can feel.
When I put Jake in deeper waters, where let's make you feel uncomfortable the beginning to the end of the fight.
Yeah, Mike's hard to read. He's a man of few words. A lot's going on the inside, but he doesn't always say what he's thinking. And it's hard to tell. But I know that come fight night, it's gonna be the old Mike Tyson, the warrior Mike Tyson, getting back to doing what he does best, which is annihilate people. When you've done that for so long, it's gonna be second nature for him when the bell rings in the Dallas Stadium. Mike, I love you, man. And boxing thanks you for all you've brought to the sport. You're an icon, you're a legend. I look up to you, I'm inspired by you, and I know you're gonna bring an amazing fight and put it all on the line, but no matter what you do, you can't beat me. It's a passing of the torch, and with the utmost respect, I'm gonna f you up.
Mike Tyson has reacted to Jake Paul's latest training footage and shared his thoughts. Jake Paul has shared his training footage for a fight against Mike Tyson, revealing his growth in technique, agility, and power. Paul, a social media star turned boxer, believes his investment could make him a formidable opponent.
Sort of deal, or he gets to the UFC, I don't know. I don't see the upside. I fancy myself a marketer. I don't get how you're gonna twist this one where it's compelling. If you wanna get people intrigued with this fight, make it bare knuckle. Like, oh, Jake gets hit with a bare knuckle Mike Tyson, this thing's over. And I saw Mike Tyson on an interview with Henry Cejudo. He's like, what is age? They tell you you're that old, but I don't feel 50. You're like, oh, okay, this is it. Then you're 58.
Mike Tyson has declared that he is taking this bout seriously in spite of the controversies. He talked about practicing every day and making sure he's physically ready to take on Paul in recent interviews. Tyson sees the bout as an opportunity to show his continued dedication to the sport.
How hard are you training?
I train every day.
Okay, how many hours a day are you training?
I take it serious. Listen. Well, listen, it's the whole day. The process goes through the whole day. I get up in the morning, do the road work, then I go to the gym at 1, then I go to the strength and conditioning guy, then it starts all over again.
Yeah. So Jake Paul is saying he wants to be a world champion. He says you're the greatest heavyweight champion ever, the baddest man on the planet, and the most dangerous boxer of all time. This will be the fight of a lifetime. You've had a chance to assess Jake Paul. What do you think of his boxing ability?
I think it's, he's came a long way from YouTubing. And listen, I seen a YouTube of him at 16 doing weird dances. That's not the guy I'm going to be fighting. This guy's going to come, he's going to try to hurt me, which I'm accustomed to, and he's going to be greatly mistaken.
Paul, who he considers a YouTuber guy instead of an experienced boxer, may be underestimating him, he said. Tyson claims that the younger boxers of today are impatient, and he wants to use their battle to discipline Paul.
You think that's what's missing in the game with the fighters today, is that it's all physical and it's not enough here?
It's all financially mostly, from what I see. Cause, it's all about, everybody wants to be a big shot, but they got to pay the price. They have to know how to handle defeat. You have to know how to handle being humbled, and not giving up. It's so easy to give up nowadays, They got YouTube, all this stuff. If it gets so hard, I'll be a YouTuber. Yeah. And we had pride, so everybody fought everybody. No one ducked anybody. And then he made more money, because then they know that was a great fight. Even though he lost here, let's fight this guy, let's fight. Listen, this is the thing. It has nothing to do with you losing. It depends on how you lose. You lose spectacularly, hey, they're gonna always use you. Depends on how you lose. You can lose and win at the same time.
Yeah, your stock can go up.
Yeah.
Some people be like, oh, you undefeated, you don't know, you don't understand. It's like, no, I do understand.
Yes, you do understand.
I came out on top, but I took the risk, and I had some close ones. But I also remember my last loss and how that made me feel, which made me not want to.
Mike Tyson, now 58, is focusing on his intense training regimen for his fight against Jake Paul on November 15th. Despite age-related limitations, Tyson's legendary punching power remains evident in his sessions. However, former UFC fighter Chael Sonnen has raised questions about Tyson's training footage, expressing skepticism about the portrayal of his current abilities.
Clean shot, Mike. Excellent. Nice left hook. Up.
We're done. The job is over. We're done.
4, 3, 2, 1, and time! Oh!
Great work.
No, that sounds good. Another beautiful fight. All rounds.
6 form for 12 reps.
233 today, contact for 230.
12 is all we need.
I'm always at 225, 228.
Lean mean.
Big
Lean
chest.
mean.
1, there we go. 2, 3, 4, good work. 8, 4 more. 9, 10, 2 more, Mike. 11 and 12.
First time we've done that.
In his most recent videos, Tyson displays remarkable speed, power, and technique as he destroys pads with explosiveness and hits sparring partners with strong left hooks. Sonnen believes it's done to draw crowds, so he finds it hard to believe the whole thing.
When they first did this, I thought, okay, this is over. This is over, because they lied. They fraudulently put out training footage of Mike from a fight at least 4 years ago where he stood opposite Roy Jones Jr. And I remember thinking, they're in big trouble. They're going to get caught here. And I don't know who they were putting that footage out for. Was that for us as fans? Because you'd have to be colossally stupid to think that you could fool the fans by bringing out training footage, particularly that had so many red herrings in it. But secondly, I also wonder, was that for the commission? Like, for a commission to license you in many states, you will not pull this stunt on Andy Foster. That I will tell you right now.
The legendary boxer Mike Tyson places a high priority on strengthening his legs. He uses heavy squats, explosive lunges, and resistance training to develop and preserve his foundational strength, concentrating on core stability and explosive power.
Today, experience Christmas like you've never seen it before.
Thanks for the escort, fellas. It's last one, Mike. Nice and strong. 30 times. Let it go. 1, 2. Here we go. 3, 4. Nice. 5. Yes, sir. 6, 7.
Strong.
8. Strong. 9.
Got this. Let's go.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go. 8. 9. One more. 10. Nice work, Mike.
21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Halfway.
26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Good work. 15 more. Good work, Mike.
Even as he gets ready to take on a younger opponent in Jake Paul, he is still able to produce the power he is known for in his punches, thanks to his emphasis on leg work.
Broke. Broke. Can you match his face? Can you match Jake's face? If you make this is really good equipment, man. Could have handled punches. Mike's punch. Can you imagine that kid?
Jake Paul recently replied to Tyson's tough training film with a combination of humor and sarcasm, stating that Tyson still looked strong and quick. Although Paul is still confident in his skills and training, his response shows that he acknowledges Tyson's strength. Paul, who is well known for having a fearless demeanor, has stated that neither the arena nor the excitement around the bout faze him.
I mean, we can, but I mean, do people really want to fucking learn about that? Do they want to? Oh, Jake, did you see Mike Tyson dropping his sparring partner?
I was talking about.
Yeah, I fucking saw it.
I was talking about.
No shit, I saw it, and I don't give a fuck. Sure, he's looking good. Sure, he's looking all of that. Oh, he's dropping people. He's fast. So the f am I. People want the truth.
I don't think people want you to kill Mike Tyson.
Okay. All right, so ask me again. Did I see Mike Tyson sparring?
I didn't never ask you that.
Just ask me it again. Just ask me it. Just fucking.
Hey, did you see Mike Tyson sparring?
Oh yeah, dude. I freaking totally saw it, dude. Oh my God, he's looking like a beast. I'm freaking scared and paranoid. Whoa.
Tyson, a skilled and well-honed boxer, is a formidable opponent for newcomer Jake Paul. Paul's reputation puts a great deal of pressure on the sport even with his improvements. Paul must rely on his training and strategic acumen to prevail because Tyson's strength, experience, and skill set present a serious obstacle.
And what did you initially think when you heard that Mike Tyson was going to be getting in the ring with Jake?
I was thinking that Jake Paul was going to be in trouble because, you know, Mike Tyson knows how to throw great body punches, great headshots, and, you know, we just have to see if he's going to do them in the ring. I'm hoping that he'll do that. It's a task. You know, it's hard to box at when you're that old, moving around the ring, throwing punches, getting punches thrown at you. But I think he can handle it.
Roy Jones Jr., who fought Tyson in 2020, has described the Paul versus Tyson fight as tough to predict. He noted Paul's improvement in the ring, likening it to Anthony Taylor's recent progress. Jones praised Paul's commitment to the sport, but still anticipates Tyson's experience and skills as potential game changers. Jones believes that while Paul is a competent fighter, Tyson may still have the upper hand due to his long-standing ring experience and boxing instinct.
What do you kind of make of that fight, and who do you have winning, if you don't mind me asking?
That's a really tough fight to call right now because Jake has done so much better and gotten so much better. Just like I saw Anthony Taylor tonight. Anthony Taylor has improved tremendously since the last time I saw him. So these guys get into boxing and they take it serious. Jake has really gotten good. So if Jake can land a good punch on Mike, it's going to be problematic for Mike. But if Jake also can take Mike into the late rounds, with Mike being 58 years old, that would give Jake probably his best advantage because to trade with Mike to this day still is stupid because Mike is pound for pound one of the hardest hitting fighters to ever grace the earth. So, jab, do no rope-a-dope, but move around him. Don't engage with him in the first 2 rounds. Take your time, jab, try to get some of the energy out of him, make him miss a few times, clinch him, push him backwards. Then by the 3rd or 4th round, you can start trying to hit him a little bit more and try to start tagging him by the 3rd or 4th round. Every now and then, when they come back at you, don't fight back with him. And by the 5th or 6th round, now you start trying to fight him because he is 58 years old. Yeah. You can't erase time.
Teddy Atlas predicts that Jake Paul may have a shot at defeating Mike Tyson in the upcoming fight. He cites age as a key factor, as Tyson is well past his prime and has shown impressive physical conditioning. Atlas believes that Paul, being nearly 30 years younger, has the advantage in endurance, recovery, and pace, which could help him pull off an upset.
So that question is for him. Does he need, at this point in his life, he's come back, he's made money, he's you know, all those things. People like him, people even love him. All of that. He's iconic now.
Atlas praised Jake Paul for his calculated approach and patience in previous fights, highlighting his smart shot selection skills. He also highlighted Paul's size and reach, which could control the fight's distance. At 6'1", Paul has a slight height advantage over Tyson, which could help maintain distance and prevent Tyson from delivering his signature body shots and uppercuts. Atlas believes that if Jake can keep Tyson at bay, he could frustrate him and capitalize on his frustration.
does he need it? And it's not for Teddy Atlas to answer. Does he need it? And not does he need it for his bankroll. Does he need it for something else?
Atlas praised Paul's dedication to boxing and his consistent training with high-level coaches and sparring partners. He noted that Paul's unique confidence and mental approach could be advantageous in the ring. Atlas suggested that Tyson's aggressive fighting style could work against Jake if Paul stays composed and sticks to his defensive strategy. Tyson's tendency for early knockouts and energy conservation could provide openings for Paul to exploit as rounds progress.
Jake Paul, he's on the way to like building a legitimate boxing career. He's having real fights.
Part of it is what it's been from the beginning, you know, trying to be the best fighter he can be and see where that takes him. At the same time, building a promotional company, maybe changing the sport a little bit in his mind too.
Yeah, I think at the core he's a good person, and I wouldn't be surprised if part of his motivation for putting on this fight is knowing it will get eyeballs and being able to put on some of the other fighters there.
Ryan Garcia expressed excitement about a potential Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight, but also raised concerns about Tyson's health due to the significant age gap, suggesting that his age might pose a physical safety risk.
I like Jake. That's it.
You think he's doing a good job?
Yes.
What do you think about the Tyson fight that he just announced?
That's awesome. Fuck yeah, dude. Try to fight Tyson. If he knocks you out, but at least you fought Tyson. That's cool.
At this point, I think Tyson's 58, right?
Well, that's not okay. You know, he's like 60 years old. But
how much of his power you think he lost? You think it's still Mike Tyson?
I think like that's the last thing to go.
Joe Rogan discussed the upcoming Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight, highlighting Tyson's impressive speed at 58 years old and Paul's serious boxing skills. Rogan highlighted the contrast between Paul's youth and energy and Tyson's age, suggesting both bring unique strengths to the fight.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
He don't look like no Tyson at 58, though,
no,
right?
No, he was much slower. But George was always kind of slow. He just has thunderous power. He was never like a real fast guy like Ali or any of those other guys. He was just thunderous, ridiculous power. George was just terrifying.
And I don't know the ins and outs of boxing, but is this Logan Paul, is he a legitimate boxer?
A legitimate boxer, yes. But now I think people are coming around. And the way I look at it, I say if this kid was not a YouTuber, if he wasn't some guy that you knew from the time he was like 16 years old on YouTube, and you just saw him box, and you saw him knock out former UFC champions, you saw him beat legitimate boxers, or beat athletes, and beat a bunch of MMA fighters, you'd go, this kid can fucking fight. He knows how to fight. Like, nothing he's doing looks wrong. He's not like sticking his head straight up in the air and winging punches with his eyes closed. He's fighting well.
Rogan expressed concern for Tyson's health and well-being, citing his history of injuries and decades in combat sports. Tyson believes boxing is more than just a sport, but Rogan acknowledges that this drive can push athletes past their limits.
Yeah. The thing is, can he catch a 28-year-old guy who's at the top of his career, who's winning legitimate boxing matches? I mean, he's beating former UFC world champions like Tyron Woodley. You know, he had that very good fight with Tommy Fury, who's a legitimate boxer, you know, which was a very good fight. You know, he just beat up Mike Perry, who's a bare-knuckle champion. I mean, he's a real fighter. He can fight. He can, and if Mike Tyson and him are fighting and Mike can't catch him, and Mike has bad knees, if his back's bad. I mean, I don't know what's going on with him physically. It's hard to tell from a guy just hitting pads.
In a podcast episode, Rogan emphasized that age is simply age, and Mike Tyson at 58 is a unique fighter with powerful punches. Tyson's fight, originally scheduled for July, was postponed due to a medical emergency. Now cleared for action, Tyson is training hard for his return to the ring. Paul defeated Mike Perry in the 6th round after Tyson's exit.
58 is 58.
Yeah.
No matter what. No matter what you're taking and what they're doing for you, and you're still 58. Yeah. But 58-year-old Mike Tyson is not 50-year-old Mike Jones that lives down the street. It's a different kind of human being, and he still can knock your fucking head into another dimension if he can catch you.
Joe Rogan, a UFC analyst, questioned Tyson's age and potential matchup with Jake Paul, a 28-year-old boxer with notable victories. Rogan highlighted Paul's impressive record, including victories over former UFC champions Tommy Fury and Mike Perry, and questioned whether Tyson can effectively compete with Paul.
Yeah.
The thing is, can he catch a 28-year-old guy who's at the top of his career, who's winning legitimate boxing matches?
Jake Paul, a genuine fighter with proven skills, is expected to face Mike Tyson in a highly anticipated showdown. Russell Crowe, who portrayed heavyweight champion James J. Braddock in the film Cinderella Man, expressed his sense of intimidation and concerns about Tyson's decision to step back into the ring.
When he's hitting those pads, bum, 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 he looks great.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, if he can do that, if he can actually do that for 8 rounds or 10 rounds, however long his fight is.
Well, that's going to be the key, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Can he do that? I don't know if he can do that. I mean, he had to pull out of the first fight because he had an ulcer.
Right.
So it's, you know.
Make sure to check out some of our other videos on the screen if you enjoyed this one.
That's my song with my lyrics on Apple Music streaming. And I did it with DistroKid.
And your music into 150.
Boom. Beautiful. Cut the ring. Exactly. Cut the ring. Exactly, Mike. Beautiful. Yes, just like that, Mike. Clean shot, Mike. Excellent. Nice left hook. Up, up.
We're done. The job is over. We're done.
Mike's just different. I've worked with some very exceptional athletes throughout my life, and they're all remarkable in their own way, but Mike's just a whole different animal.
Only 12. That's all we want. To the middle. 1, 2, 3.
A little slow on the way down.
4. There we go. 9. One more.
And slow.
10.
It's something that's ingrained in him. He's been like that for his whole life, and you know that's why you see something special every time you see him fight, every time you see him do an interview. You know, he's just a special person, and he's gonna put on a special show.
He's raising his techniques in the train. Better and better every single day. His defense, his power, his speed, his endurance. Today he put everything together, the conditioning, everything that he needs to put a great show on November 15th. The only guarantee that we have, Mike go there to kill or die. He gonna hunt this kid like crazy, and for sure, we just need one touch. If Mike touch his hands, it's over. It's over. And the proof is gonna be November 15th.
30 seconds. Nice one, Mike. That's it. Work. We're gonna have work.
You hear what I said, brother?
What was that?
I have some friends, they're pretty wealthy. They said, Mike, don't fight. I'll give you money. Are you f***ing crazy?
21, 22, 23, 24, 25, halfway, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. I'm an adult. Good work, Mike. What do you see in this game?
A lot. A lot of overhead, throwing a lot of punches.
Mike Tyson just knocked out a sparring partner in a brutal training session, leaving his team roaring in excitement.
Clean shot, Mike. Excellent. Nice left hook. Up, up.
We're done. The job is over. We're done.
With power like that, Jake Paul might be walking straight into a nightmare. Is Tyson gearing up to make this fight a quick, painful ending for Paul? Watch out, because this isn't just training, it's a warning. As Tyson's fist hammered into his sparring partner, he made it clear who he really had in mind. With each punch, Tyson's team heard him muttering Jake Paul's name, visualizing his future opponent in every hit. The intensity was unmistakable. Tyson's goal isn't just to fight, he wants to dominate, and he's already imagining Paul on the receiving end. As Mike Tyson continues to push his limits in the gym, his trainer, Rafael Cordero, can't hide his excitement and belief in Tyson's readiness. The intensity in the air is palpable, as Cordero watches Tyson execute his drills flawlessly. With each passing moment, the trainer's confidence grows, knowing the fighter he's working with is not only in peak physical condition, but also mentally prepared for what lies ahead.
17 days, so you're good. You're good. You're in the perfect time, you're in the perfect place now. Where's Mike? Put everything together. So mentally, physically, we're excited, man. We're excited. If the fight was next Saturday, You will be ready.
Cordero also noted with a statement that further amplifies the belief within the camps. If the fight was next Saturday, you'd be ready. The certainty in Cordero's words speaks volumes. Mike Tyson is ready to step into the ring, and his team is more than prepared for the challenge. With this kind of confidence backing him, Tyson's comeback is looking more and more like a real threat to anyone who dares face him.
Clean shot, Mike. Excellent. Nice left hook. Up, up.
We're done. The job is over. We're done.
4, 3, 2, 1, and time! Oh!
In his recent training footage, Mike Tyson looks unstoppable, demonstrating precision and power reminiscent of his prime. As he moves with calculated aggression, his trainer's voice echoes through the gym, brimming with confidence and admiration. Tyson's team clearly believes he still has what it takes to dominate in the ring, fueling his momentum as fight day approaches.
Beautiful game. Complete. There's nothing to say. You're complete.
Exactly, just enough. Beautiful roll, Mike. Excellent roll. Excellent defense, champ. This is the perfect head position. This we talk about it. 40 seconds.
You know you have my heart, babe, but I gotta love you from a distance. You know I need to stay far, baby, cause I ain't tryna burn no bridges, out here catching feelings. You know that's the truth, I'll give my own.
You are winning the fight, so there's no reason for you to rush. We are winning the fight. All good for us.
With every word, Tyson's trainer reassures him that his preparation is exactly where it needs to be. The energy in the room speaks volumes. They see a legend ready to reclaim his place, confident that the Tyson who once terrified opponents is still alive and relentless. To them, this isn't a comeback driven by nostalgia. It's a statement of Tyson's enduring power, one that has Jake Paul's team on high alert. When asked to compare sparring with legends like Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis, Joe Egan didn't hold back his admiration for Tyson's raw power. Known for his resilience, Egan revealed that sparring with Tyson was unlike any experience he'd had before.
Who would you rather fight, Lennox Lewis or Mike Tyson?
Lennox Lewis.
You would?
Yeah, because he didn't hurt me as much as Mike. People ask me, how bad did Mike Tyson hurt me? He made me cry many times. The uppercut that Mike used to throw.
Yeah, I wouldn't fancy that.
Lift men off the ground, I've seen it. Every punch you threw was with bad intentions. He wanted to hurt you with every punch.
Lennox didn't hurt me as much, Egan admitted, underscoring the unforgettable impact of Tyson's punches. The praise didn't stop there, as Egan described Tyson's hits as the hardest he'd ever endured, saying they left a lasting impression, physically and mentally. As Jake Paul's training footage surfaces, fans are buzzing with comparisons. Paul's speed and endurance shine, showing he's putting in the work, but Tyson's recent camp video paints a different picture. The 57-year-old heavyweight is relentlessly pushing his limits, showcasing a power and explosiveness that leaves many wondering if Paul's strength can truly measure up.
Hey, MVP, uncircumcised.
As Jake Paul prepares for his next bout, his coach Larry Wade opened up about the whirlwind few months the fighter has experienced. With the potential to face Mike Tyson hanging in the air, followed by the sudden shift to a matchup with Mike Perry, Wade's reflections reveal just how chaotic and challenging this period has been for Paul.
It's been very challenging. I mean, you go from thinking you're about to fight one of the biggest fights in the world with Mike Tyson to decide that maybe you're not fighting at all, and then kind of relax a little bit just to find out, boom, a week later, you're going to be fighting Mike Perry, right? Two different styles of fight.
The abrupt change from potentially facing a legend like Tyson to the more immediate challenge of Mike Perry highlights the unpredictability and pressure Paul has been under. The challenges didn't stop there. Wade continued with the reality of adjusting to two very different opponents, each requiring distinct preparations.
Fighters, two different styles of training. One in which Mike Tyson's fighting 2-minute rounds. Well, Mike Perry's fighting 3-minute rounds, which is a different type of conditioning. He had to go back, lock in.
For Paul, the transition wasn't just about adapting to a new opponent, but about recalibrating his entire approach to training to accommodate the differences in fight structure. Wade emphasized the team's effort in getting Paul ready despite the setbacks.
And get some stuff done on top of the fact that we had to drop a lot of weight to get there. Definitely took a team effort.
The intense preparation, which included weight management and restructured training, truly became a team effort to ensure Paul was physically and mentally prepared for the challenge of facing Mike Perry, an entirely different dynamic than the one Tyson would have presented. In Paul's camp, the focus has been on agility and stamina, key elements for surviving in the ring. Yet Tyson's training embodies a ferocity that many believe Paul has yet to reach. With both fighters ramping up their preparation, the question lingers: can Paul's power really withstand Tyson's raw, punishing strength? Carl Froch hasn't held back when it comes to evaluating Jake Paul's boxing skills, and in this recent statement he again voiced his unfiltered opinion. With a career defined by technical skill and power, Froch views Paul's approach to boxing as lacking the finesse and discipline of a true fighter.
No, I've said it many times before, Jake Paul cannot box. He's not a pugilist. He swings away. He's absolutely useless.
Froch's blunt assessment sets the tone for his critique, dismissing Paul's technique as nothing more than reckless swings and overhyped showmanship. While Paul has garnered attention for his enthusiasm and knockout power, Froch makes it clear he sees no legitimate boxing skill in Paul's game. Despite his criticism, Froch acknowledged Jake Paul's youth and athleticism.
But he's a young man. What is he, 27 years old? He's around his mid-20s. He's in his prime pretty much as a man, and he's training every day, and he's fit and he's strong because of the fact that he's in the gym.
And because he's young now as
So
well.
he can throw a punch, he can't box.
Froch's words suggest that while Paul's physical conditioning is impressive, it only gets him so far. Raw strength and stamina cannot substitute for boxing expertise. He sees Paul as someone riding on youth and muscle, rather than true boxing fundamentals. Froch then contrasted Paul's skills with those of professional fighters, mentioning Paul's defeat against Tommy Fury, a fighter Froch views as far from elite.
If he goes in against a professional fight, we've seen what happened. He lost Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury is area level, which means he wouldn't win a British title right now. And he beat Jake Paul.
For Froch, the loss to Fury underscores Paul's limitations. Beating a 58-year-old Tyson, he suggests, would be more of a fluke than a credible victory over a skilled opponent. In the end, Froch returned to his doubts about Tyson's age and motivation, seeing the fight as an opportunity for money rather than a legitimate comeback.
I said before, Mike Tyson will be 58 years old by the time he steps in the ring. He retired in his 40s, early 40s, and that was too late for retirement. He boxed on far too long, and he was getting on for 20 years ago, he retired. So why is he fighting now? He's fighting now for the money and for a bit more fame and whatever. But Mike Tyson, he does all right. He'll always make money because it's who he is.
Froch's perspective raises a pressing question about the spectacle that this fight represents. To him, the clash between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson seems less about boxing skill and more about entertainment and celebrity status. Tyson, a former undisputed heavyweight champion, is widely respected for his power and aggression. But as Froch noted, age and decades out of the ring may dull even the sharpest warrior. The real tension lies in whether Tyson's legendary grit can outmatch Paul's youth and relentless training. Yet Froch's words may resonate with boxing purists who see Paul as a social media personality stepping into a sport where legends like Tyson left their blood, sweat, and legacy.
As a disabled business owner, my time is mostly spent writing emails, and before Shopify Magic, probably
everything is taken from me.
Rage is your gift. Whose head could satisfy this fury?
The general will do.
The odds are against you.
The odds are always against me.
Boxing on DAZN, sponsored by William Hill.
Let me show you why I stopped paying for all my other sample libraries. This is Arcade by Output. This thing has sounds, samples.
For the great Jake Paul, everyone! Listen, the word icon, superstar, trailblazer, all that gets used very loosely these days. But this man, his style, impetuous. His defense, impregnable. Often imitated, never duplicated, one of one. They don't make him like him anymore. The pride of Brownsville, arguably the most famous boxer of the last 50 plus years, returning to the ring for the first time in about 4 years, the one and only, the baddest man on the planet, Iron Mike Tyson!
Hey, listen, right? It was good while it lasted for Jake.